Oh God! Somebody put up a tweet. Why doesn't God prevent school shootings? Because God doesn't exist. That's a fairly easy one to answer.
Yeah, or he's busy. I don't know, one of the two.
Or he's really busy. Yeah, he was just like, well, you know what? I mean, I am omnipotent and omniscient, but I was playing some fucking Yahtzee with the Angels. And just didn't have time to break away, stop that tragedy.
Yeah, he's only omnipotent if he's not being distracted by, that kind of shit. Or skee ball.
Yeah, exactly.
According to Dogma, God loves skee ball.
I like that, but I thought that was pretty funny because it was just one of those things where you're like, fucking, where did you come up with skee ball, man?
It's just fucking random. Yeah.
It makes me wonder if maybe Kevin is a real big fan of skee ball,
Yeah, somebody must be.
Yeah. So I figured we should at least address like the Florida shooting. Like, it's fucking awful. It's we all know it's mental health issues. It's not really gun issues since guns can't actively go out and shoot themselves. So,
right. Yeah. But it will be politicized either directly or indirectly by politicizing it by complaining about it being politicized.
Well, and then it's already being politicized. Like there's like the Piers Morgan thing where he's already all over it and. You guys made this happen because you didn't, allow gun control. It's your fault. It's like I don't think you understand how that works.
Yeah, Piers Morgan's a fucking moron, dude. Who's he working for? Does he still have a fucking job?
I don't know, man. I want to say he works for like CNN, but I that's just because CNN is so awful and so bad at like anything about truth.
Yeah, like it seems like he's constantly getting fired from places for saying stupid shit, but then people keep fucking hiring the dumbass, dude. Yeah, like, dude, there's absolutely no nuance in that dude's opinions.
Let's see. Born in 1965. He's 52 years old. You'd think he'd fucking learn.
Yeah.
Right, so television. Oh, there's nothing that says like what he works on his Wikipedia. You think like it would be like, and right now currently working at.
Right. Let's see if he's got to have a Twitter, obviously. Let's see if he.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Let's see if that says it.
No, he interviewed President Trump. Good Morning Britain. Maybe that's what he works for. Good Morning Britain, and probably does some stuff for like the U.S. as well. I don't know. The guy
just says he's in London.
Imbecile.
Yeah, you follow him apparently. I'm assuming for the lulz.
Oh yeah, no, I do. Yeah, he's one of the people that you can get to fucking engage.
Oh, when you yeah, one of the hotheads. Yeah, that's not surprising.
Celebrities that are worth following just because they're fucking crazy, right?
Right.
Like James Woods and Captain Kirk. I can't remember his name offhand. William Shatner.
Yeah.
Like they're just out of their fucking minds. They'll tweet all sorts of crazy shit.
Roseanne Barr is a good one.
Roseanne Barr is good. Then her ex.
Tom Arnold?
Yeah, Tom Arnold is fucking insane.
Yeah, dude, you know what? I gotta follow him.
His wife is also fairly good to follow. They don't tweet very much though. But like fucking one day it was just him reading the road less traveled, like with his crazy hobo beard and fucking hobo looking clothes, like right into the camera in a super intense way.
Wow.
And then like some other time it'll be him like playing hopscotch or something. It's so fucking chaos. It's glorious.
I can't imagine, dude. Like the fucking dude's in recovery apparently. Or last time I checked.
Oh yeah.
Like how fucking. What kind of fucking mania drove that guy when he was actively using? Because I think it was cocaine was his main thing. So like that dude he's pretty fucking like wacky energy anyway. So like I can't imagine that dude coked up. It's got to be fucking insane, dude.
I would imagine it made him more sane believe it or not. So,
oh yeah, that's true. That's true. He's probably got the opposite effect thing going on.
Yeah, you do so much of it to a certain extent that you're more normal on it than off of it.
Yeah, or if he's
there was a girl I was in high school with like that.
Yeah, or if he's ADHD, it actually does have the opposite effect on people like that.
Oh, literally has the opposite effect. Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a chick I was in high school with. She was in my Spanish class. This girl was so fucking smart, but like she couldn't do anything, and she would just be out of it in Fruit Loops unless she was on like shrooms or weed.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like she'd come to class, and the days she was like really on it, I'd be like, "Oh, you took some drugs today?" She'd be like, "Yeah, I'm on shrooms right now. It's awesome." Like, and in high school, I was super straight laced. I just wasn't very judgmental. Right, I was just like, I'm never going to do anything. I'm a good boy.
Yeah, and then you jumped right to LSD.
Yeah, my high school straight to LSD.
That still blows my mind, dude. Like, yeah, I'm never going to do anything, but now I'm going to start with fucking acid.
I know. Well, it just goes to show you, like, I was, clearly not really solid in my convictions.
Although this reminds me, this is only tangentially related, but I want to fucking get this little story out there. When I went to rehab the first time, there was this dude in the rehab, really interesting character, like pretty screwed up in the head, but basically he had started with heroin.
Oh, jeez, man.
And then fucking like didn't start like smoking weed later on. So his little fucking jokey tagline was, he's like, I'm living proof that heroin use can lead to marijuana use.
Oh, man. And did he have to kick everything? Like just all of it in order to stay sober? Because I know that's like, I have a friend of mine who kicked heroin for weed. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah, for him, obviously I didn't follow up. It was fucking, that was rehab in Florida.
I would assume if he's doing like straight up rehab, you probably had to just drop all of it.
Yeah, he's probably one of the ones that should try to just go fucking straight sober. Yeah. Because there are some people, like you said, that can stick with just the weed and that or whatever. But
well, the dude
it's not recommended, but
he ended up stopping weed, quitting smoking, not drinking, and turning into this like real fucking uptight asshole when he had a kid. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really weird. He had some weird fucking issues with his dad, and his dad was like super Mormon. And so there was always like some issues there because he's also like half Filipino and fucking but yeah, no, as soon as he had a kid, he just went straight laced on everything and just fucking like he didn't even like it if you swore around him. So I don't hang out with that dude no more.
No. You're like, dude, you're
just not gonna fucking work for me.
Yeah, that is kind of funny when you run into, because it happens kind of a lot. Like, I'm surprised in the recovery meetings how many times you run across some like incredibly judgmental people. Like, dude, you don't have to be ashamed of being a drug addict, but man, you really shouldn't be this judgmental about everything, dude.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or like, people get into relationships and just turn into a completely different person, and like I'm sure everybody's had that, like the boyfriend or the girlfriend who like everything's working out great, and then you reach some stage in the relationship where suddenly they're a completely different person. Like I know you've got that, but I'm saying like I think everybody can relate at least to some extent.
Yeah.
Or at the very least has a friend who's been through it.
Yeah. No, it's pretty fucking common. Yeah.
Oh man, what was it last night? It was pretty funny on fucking VR chat. There were a lot of desperate people looking for Valentines.
Oh Jesus, dude!
And me just mocking them all mercilessly, trying to ruin as many people's little moments on their fucking VR world as I can because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, but those people, like, dude, they should really just fucking skip it. Like for me, I'm like, I just don't acknowledge the fucking holiday.
Oh yeah, no, it's a silly one.
Yeah, it really is fucking.
Even if I was dating, I wouldn't be down with like the whole thing. I like what's the point, man?
Yeah, no, I went pretty all out when I was in a relationship for fucking Valentine's Day. But yeah, now I'm like, dude, this fucking just fucking bullshit invented by the, pushed by the, what do you call them, the card companies and the flower industry, I guess.
Well, retailers in general, Valentine's is like a way to get a little bit of sales boost after all the Christmas stuff is over, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because I would imagine January is probably pretty shitty. Everybody's all broke from going too far on Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, and so they're just trying to squeeze a little more money out of people. So you have to go buy your girlfriend like some fucking a teddy bear somewhere and like some chocolates and some flowers and a card and all that shit, or take her out to dinner kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in reality is it's all just nonsense, man. Everybody fucking jacks their prices up. It's such a waste of money and time. And realistically, if you need one specific night of the year to be romantic, like you're probably not doing it right. You should be able to do like a really romantic time at any other point.
Yeah, just some random fucking day. Yeah.
No, honestly, it would feel like it would mean more.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I would do that with my ex, like, early on anyway, when I fucking, didn't realize what she was. Like, I would, kind of sense that she was having a down time or whatever. So I would do something fucking to help cheer her up or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's something that should be done pretty regularly.
In a healthy relationship, you would think, like that's the kind of thing you would get a regular thing out of.
Yeah, at least something more than once a year,
Yeah, well, I mean, the Valentine's thing is just, to me, it's just such a fucking waste of money, and it's so gross.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird, dude. Yeah,
I guess if I was dating somebody who was super, super into it, which is pretty unlikely because I probably wouldn't be attracted to that kind of person, but like I would go all out. But for the most part, it's like you just blowing a bunch of money on shit that's not going to matter in like 24 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're guaranteed like a blowjob or something.
No, it's all about
you're definitely going to get like a really good long blowjob out of it,
that generally doesn't happen. Women, again, it's part of that entitlement that women feel like they just, they don't expect any, they don't understand that there should be some kind of reciprocation, or that they could contribute to the romantic nature of it, but not really. They just receive. They don't really give out so much.
I think it depends on the lady though, because I've known some ladies who are like definitely all about like doing that kind of stuff for the dude.
Yeah,
making everything special and whatnot, and they realize like a blowjob is the way you're going to make it really special for the guy that night. Like he didn't care. Well, you can make his favorite dinner, and he's going to be happy, but.
Yeah, see, I would usually actually cook the fucking meal for sometimes cook the meal and shit.
You're actually if we didn't go out, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, that was part of it too. Like, no, I'll do it. Don't you dare cook anything.
Touch that fucking kitchen.
Oh, I insist.
Don't poison us. It's cool. No, I really want to, baby.
Let me do this, or we can go out.
Food poisoning isn't romantic,
right? Or having to pretend that your cooking isn't awful is not going to put me in a fucking romantic mood.
Oh man, what was I thinking? I had a thought. There was a thought in my head. It was going away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually. Oh man, that reminded me that the chick in that high school class I was with, her goal was to get out of school and fucking be a hooker for drugs. Making me think romantic things just made me think of that. I mean, obviously not romantic, but
right. No, it's they say set realistic goals.
Well, I wish I knew her name. Like if I remembered her name, I could probably find it in like a yearbook or something.
Right.
And I could go and find out, like, did that ever really occur?
Right.
That would be the weirdest Facebook message ever. Like, hey, we were in high school and you always used to talk about how you wanted to become a hooker for drugs. Please tell me that's not what happened.
Or did you realize your dream or not?
You know, and then if it comes back like, you know, I'm absolutely that's how it works. I'd be like, what are your rates? You know, I'm pretty fucking hot. So
yeah,
just wrap it up first. But,
oh man, that's fucking insane, dude.
There's my dream woman right there, man. I'm gonna marry that lady.
Yeah. Well, if she's that hot, she can probably earn a good living, dude.
Here's a good Valentine's Day story. Oh, she's pretty hot. She probably made a lot of money until the drugs fucking ended up wearing her out.
Right.
So this lady is defending her decision to breastfeed during sex.
What the fuck?
So she made a big blog about it, and then and you know, as one would expect, people were offended.
Right.
So she's like, and her big excuse, like, I'm not going to play the video, but her big excuse was, well, he was asleep and he was like breastfeeding and while he was asleep, and he was just super attached. So I didn't see any reason to stop that.
Wow.
And I'm like, because you're having sex and it's inappropriate. Like,
dude, I can fucking, I could ignore quite a bit and continue fucking. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could.
There's a baby between you and the woman you're fucking.
Yeah, in fact, I'm sure I couldn't.
I'm pretty positive,
I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, no. Like I said, I can ignore a lot. I could probably take a bullet wound and still keep fucking, you know, and then deal with it later. No, I don't think I could. Yeah, again, I'm sure I couldn't, dude. Fucking kids breastfeeding while you're fucking.
I kind of feel like that's sexual abuse.
Yeah. There's something really wrong with it. She should be fucking arrested.
But yeah,
how old is the kid? Just out of curiosity, like how young are we talking? Does it say?
Well, she was breastfeeding the kid during the fucking video where she interviewed, which was, of course, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she's just a fucking less than a year old. Somewhere between like 6 months and a year.
All right. Still fucking bizarre. She appears to be just an exhibitionist in general. It looks like, you know.
She's just wanting to shock people. Video and stuff. Yeah. That was my read on it too. Was that she wasn't surprised by the backlash. It's like,
yeah.
I hope she's not surprised when the fucking cops show up and.
Right.
Have some words with her after that.
Yeah, or CPS at least. Like, okay, if she's doing that, there's got to be some other weirdness going on. Yeah. Like, she needs to be investigated. Maybe we can't technically arrest her for that, although I don't know, man. Could they put up the argument that he's too young, that the kid's too young to know what's going on? I don't know, man. That's fucking weird.
It's a little fucking creepy. It's what it is. Yeah, I don't really quite understand.
Yeah,
like I just don't know where you go from there. It's so weird. No, she wasn't fucking during the interview too. 40 Mike.
Well, a guy could have been going down on her. You never know.
Oh God, it's like nipples are an erogenous zone. Like, I get this bullshit line that people fucking drives me nuts. Breasts are for feeding babies. That's all they're for. That's just fucking not true.
Right.
Like, we all know it. We all know that's not all the only thing they're for. Let's not pretend that that's not how you get out traffic tickets and it doesn't fucking turn you on when some dude's licking your nipple. So, like, it's a little weird.
You see the nipples react. You see the nipples react to stimulus, dude. Like, it's obviously something that women enjoy. Yeah. God damn, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Like, is she one of those kids, or one of those ladies that fucking, you know, shows off her period panties to her fucking kids and stuff, or what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the free
what other weird, creepy shit is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So 40 Mike was talking, and I were talking, and we think there's a potential to do a VR chat hangout.
Yeah.
So
I think we've talked about it a little too.
I think that's a really good idea. Any other viewers who watch this later on, leave a comment if you feel up to it. You know, what do you think? Because I'm gonna look into, there's some studio sets that are like worlds that we could open up as a private world or a public one if we want random fucking chaos as well.
Yeah,
and then I could potentially live stream it since you know, the only way for me to do it would be desktop.
Right.
I could potentially live stream it and still look at the chat and stuff too. So
yeah, that's what I was curious about, because it seems like it's kind of rough to do video and the audio or whatever. So
it shouldn't be too hard through OBS. But we should all like friend each other on Steam and all that shit. So like after this show or something. But anybody who's listening, what do you think? Like VR chat, I think it'd be kind of funny because it'd be like people in like weird, creepy avatars and shit.
Yeah,
likes it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, we can eventually like make it a thing where we go to different worlds and try to do podcasts.
Well, we can just move around as we're doing the podcast. That might be interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like keep going, but like be traveling through like random fucking worlds with random people. Just, you know, whatever.
Yeah, see if we can get people to end up joining in our bullshit, whatever crazy bullshit we're talking about.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. That's something I think that would be really interesting to see. I don't think anybody's done anything quite like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, man. Does anybody ever act out shit on there? Like, I was thinking it would be interesting to act out like our favorite comedy sketches in VR chat.
Oh, people do that kind of stuff all the time. Like,
okay,
they do playing stuff. They do acting skits out. There's sometimes people do what do you call that? Improv stuff. Like they'll set up improv stuff on some of the stage worlds.
Right on. Yeah, I was just thinking of like our favorite like SNL or Mad TV sketches. Like just act one out at some random spot. I think if you
wanted to do that, you'd definitely have to like do a private world.
Yeah, although a public one might make it a little interesting too. Just chaotic and fucking insane. People fucking with you. Yeah, either way.
Oh yeah, it says Sensoka says there's like full on roleplay court cases. Yeah, they do all sorts of crazy shit. VR chat is a blast. It's wacky stuff.
Yeah, did you ever watch the that Bob Newhart Mad TV sketch I sent you?
Yeah. Just stop it. Yeah, I've seen that before. It's just been a really long time.
Yeah, that was from quite a while ago, dude. Yeah, for some reason, I've always wanted to fucking act that thing out, dude, over anything else. I don't know why, dude, but I just always wanted to fucking act that out.
Well, there you go, man. VR chat is the place you could do that.
Right. Do it.
Oh, man. No, there's just... I can't think of like a good way to explain like how chaotic the game is. It's just addictive. It's addictive psycho fucking nonsense going on.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Oh, Dave Murphy comes on. Yeah, that's what we said when we started it, that it's not gun control that caused Florida. It's just mental health, man. Yeah, it's a mental health problem. Is like, for instance, we just got a new fucking clinical director where I work, and this bitch is straight up she claims to be a feminist psychologist.
Oh my god.
So this was awesome because, you know, I just had training yesterday, and there's nothing I want more than fucking feminist fucking propaganda.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I mean, well,
it was glorious. She isn't quite social justice warrior-y, but she's just as fucking retarded, stupid.
Right.
And fucking, what was it? Oh, all the clients are experts in everything about that's going on, and I'm like, if they were fucking experts, they wouldn't be in the mental health system and in locked facilities and stuff all the time. Like,
right. Yeah, or if they are, they're obviously not applying the knowledge. So what the fuck is matter, dude? They're experts.
We don't need
crazy.
Is that what challenge the delusions? That's not going to help. I'm like, wait, what?
Jesus, dude, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, we're just going to keep doing what we do. Nobody's going to follow her directions.
Wait, so she's saying you should not you should not call them on their fucking delusions. You should just engage, or not engage, but
never,
like
you should never challenge them unless they're super, super negative.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, no,
and by challenge, it means you talk to people and be like, look, no, these are voices. I understand that you hear them, and to you they're very real, but they're keeping it, they're making it so that you can't, you know, progress in life, really. I mean,
right.
It's like you can't get a job, you can't fucking live on your own. You have to keep living in these you know, situations where somebody else gets to decide all these things for you. You know, so, but the way out of that is to work on using all these different tools, and we've got a whole fucking books and books of different kinds of tools they can use to manage the voices and the delusions and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So that they can handle and make more rational decisions without letting the psychosis make the decision for them.
Yeah.
It's like,
maybe encourage them to have their voices be a little more positive and supportive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if that's one way, but sometimes you just have to learn how to tune them out, or like, you know, some people, believe it or not, like wearing earplugs when the voices get really bad can shut them out.
Wow. Yeah.
You know,
so it's like a symbolic kind of. Yeah.
Oh, clearly, because it's coming from their own brain, man. So,
yeah, like, they're not actually. Yeah, there's not actually something coming from outside and entering their ear canal. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
It's like the tinnitus I have is misinterpreting. My brain is misinterpreting like one octave of silence as a, you know,
as a
buzzing noise, essentially. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Oh, Akadara would like to let us know that he also hears voices. Somehow I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah.
But like, I assume that you don't do what the voices tell you to. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
But one of the things was like, you don't know more than the clients do when they come in, and I'm just like, I fucking would not be happy if I went to a therapist or a psychiatrist and they were like, nah, you know more about this than me.
Yeah, you tell me how to fix you. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that is a ridiculous fucking notion. Yeah, no, these clients know what they're doing. Yeah, they know themselves really well. So,
you know, there's a difference between being so rigid and saying like the only possible way for you to get better is to do this, this, and this. Like there's one very specific, very narrow set of like guidelines.
Right.
And being like, hey, look, there's different things that work for different people. Why don't you try them out and see which one is the most effective for you? Maybe it'll be a combination, whatever. But you do need to start using some of these tools. Or else you're going to be back in the locked facility again, and you're going to have even less freedom. So, I mean, like, let's make it work on it.
Yeah. Well, think about that fucking idea that your feminist psychologist is coming up with. Like, dude, if that were fucking true, they wouldn't be in the fucking place to begin with.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
there'd be no reason.
Oh, God.
It's mind-numbing.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that's true for, and those are the people that are out living their lives and don't need to be locked up.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the major issue with mental health is that there are some people who just are not ever going to be safe to be out in the general public.
Right. It's too far gone.
I mean, well, even if it's not even like super dangerous, but like there's some people who are like, no matter what happens, they're always going to go out, they're always going to start drinking, and then they're going to go steal shit.
Right.
Something like that. It's like, look, they're never going to be safe out in the general public alone. That's not something that's going to happen. So,
yeah, they're going to be a danger or at least a fucking major nuisance to society.
So,
no matter what,
they should never be allowed out in society alone.
Right.
That's the point. And I know that sounds awful, and it is to a certain extent, but the other people that they keep robbing don't fucking deserve to be robbed.
Yeah.
So that you can feel better about yourself, Mr. fucking whoever is making these rules.
Yeah. You're like, no, we're helping. We're fucking getting them back out there, even if they shouldn't be.
Yeah. And
it's really bizarre.
You know, with help will be independent. You know, they just there needs to be some sort of consequences. That's what's completely lacking in the mental health field right now.
Right.
It's just
there's too much. It's almost there's too much lenience. There's too much understanding.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's too much tolerance. It sounds like that shouldn't be possible. But
well,
it is.
Typically, you consider like, okay, so obviously this isn't true in all cases, but typically it's like the mom is the super permissive one and the dad is the super
authoritarian type.
Authoritarian one, and you want like some sort of balance between the two, which is why every conservative out there says no, marriage is the only way you can have decent kids in a family. Is you need some sort of middle ground there.
Right.
You want some permissiveness, but you also want some really fucking serious consequences.
Yeah, you have to have some kind of structure, some kind of fucking, the rules, man.
Yeah, and so for where I work, it's like, oh, you went out and did meth. Okay, well, don't do that again. We're not going to let you go out for like a week, and then you can go out again and do meth again because nothing has really changed.
Right. Yeah, don't go out and do meth because you'll be grounded for a short period of time again. That's got to be a major deterrent. Like, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
It's like, oh, look, this is the second time you've done meth. If you do this again, you lose your placement and you go back into the locked facility for like a year.
Yeah, so that's a consequence.
Sobered up again. So good luck. Like don't. There has to be like really immediate consequences for a lot of these people.
Yeah. Or again, like you said, they're just going to do it anyway, regardless of consequences. So they're going to again just continually be locked back up.
Yeah, and I mean, there's people we've gotten that are just dangerous from the word go. Like we've had people who jump off the fucking balcony the first night they're there. God
damn, dude.
That's well, that was the person was still alive. It was they broke an arm and that was it. But not to say that that's a mild injury, but it's like that person was so clearly. He couldn't respond to people talking to him. He was just so into his own psychoses that like he would never acknowledge you speaking to him.
Wow. Like at all times, you mean, or just when he was in an episode?
No, the whole time.
Wow.
And they put him in like a house, and it's like clearly this guy is not remotely ready to be out in any sort of public setting on his own without people that like legally have the right to physically take him down. Like we don't.
Right.
We can't touch the clients we work with. Like you're not even supposed to like shake hands.
Yeah. Having someone like that in there, that's fucking somebody that literally can't really respond or follow. Wow, that's insane to me, dude. How would that person end up anywhere but locked up? Like that's fucking.
I've had multiple people who are incapable of following general directions.
Wow.
Like, oh hey, you can't be out of your room at 4 a.m. playing the TV super loud and fucking eating a sandwich or something.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. People that are just oblivious, dude, that just can't.
They're either oblivious or they've recognized that there's no consequences, so nothing I say matters.
Right.
Like they're not going to get in trouble. They're just going to keep doing whatever they want until they get locked back up. And then once they get locked up, they'll say the magic words that get them back out, and then they'll do it again.
Yeah. It seems like once that pattern's developed, like I would say 3 strikes, if that. Like, okay, if it happens the third time, you've got to fucking recognize that this person's just not capable.
My favorite weird one was some dude. The first night he was there, and this was the only night because it's a fire hazard, so they actually had to kick him out, like by licensing regulations. Barricaded his room closed with like a dresser, but like it wasn't even a heavy dresser, so you just like opened the door. It didn't really take any extra effort. But he was smoking and shit.
Right.
It was pretty fucking funny. Like it was just like because you can smell it too. Like in the house, I'm like sitting downstairs going, "Fuck, somebody's smoking upstairs."
Right.
At least they're not even trying to hide out a window, Like, I go up there and just like open the door because I'm not even going to knock at that point. We don't technically have to, although I do as a courtesy most times. But in this case, I could see under the door that he'd shoved the dresser up, and I'm like, "Oh, come on." So I just opened the door. I'm like, "Look, man. First, why are you putting the dresser here? That's super dangerous, and it doesn't even weigh anything. Who's this going to stop?"
Right. Like
The
you're
second
gonna
you
be
can't
like,
smoke in the house, you can't smoke at night. You're gonna have to get used to that, man. But they ended up having to kick that dude out the next day.
yeah, not surprising, dude. Like, dude, you would think it would at least hang out fucking, like, I assume there's a window somewhere. He could have fucking hung.
Oh, yeah, there's windows in every room, man.
Yeah, so he didn't even bother with that. Like, is he just, like, sitting on the bed? Like, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, not even trying to get it near a window?
Yeah, no, he's just smoking in the middle of his room. I think he assumed that the dresser was heavy enough to stop the door from opening.
Jesus, dude.
And the other thing is, I could hear the dresser moving. So it's not like I didn't hear the piece of furniture being scraped across the tile floor. And I was just like, the fuck is he doing? All right. So I was already on my way up when the smoke hit me. And then I'm like, oh, Christ, he's smoking a cigarette. I was just be glad he wasn't fucking smoking a tube. I'll be honest, though. That's the one that, like, really bothers me. Like, I don't care if they're smoking weed. 90% of the time, it means they're just super fucking happy and compliant, and they don't like start shit with each other.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, legally, I care because it's what I'm paid to fucking care about. So I don't let people do it or anything. But I just like, it's such a waste of our time.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, dude. Yeah.
Like drinking is more of a problem because people drink and then they want to fight. You know, that's pretty normal.
They get really violent and aggressive. You know, pretty much everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some people just drink and then go to sleep, but it's because they're on certain medications that interact with the alcohol in a potentially fatal way. But they, like that they sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
they just want to pass out. It's the only relief I have from this fucking insanity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when I first started there, we had a motion sensor alarm on the fucking walkway out of the house because there was this one long, narrow walkway. The only way out of the house was down this long, narrow path between a fence and the house. And every time it went off, you had to run out and grab one of the guys because he would go down and try to direct traffic on the freeway.
Holy fuck, dude. That's amazing.
And he was there for years, and it was like, why is he here? He's so unsafe.
Right.
He needs to be in a locked facility.
Yeah. That's it's that not acknowledging reality thing, man. Like,
that's the general problem.
You've got to accept the fact that some people are just that screwed up, man.
I would say at any given point, probably at least 40% of the people who are not in mental health facilities that are in the system and well known should not be out of the locked facilities.
Yeah, like they should just be permanently locked down.
Or at least until they're actually ready. Like, they're not ready yet.
Yeah, like if they can somehow find some magical cocktail of fucking psych meds that make
people mellow with age, and that's true with people with mental health issues as well. It's actually not uncommon for people as they get older to actually get a little more clarity and more capable.
Right. And then some people are just stuck.
Murphy says your mom should have swallowed. God damn, dude. Who is that director?
Oh man, I think it's. I don't know that Dave's probably not familiar with Akinaro's personality.
Trolly ways. Oh yeah, Dave Murphy. That ALB. I don't remember what the guy's name is, but the ALB gaming channel you sent me to, that was actually very entertaining.
Yeah,
she swallows every time she eats and drinks. She's good at it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. They'd understand that Akinaro is he's a good dude. He is definitely an acquired taste, though.
Oh man. All right, I gotta see if we got.
I don't want people fighting in our chat. Although that would mean we arrived. If we got people.
Oh no. Let's see here. Oh, this is a funny one. I like this one just because, like, I mean, the political stuff part of it, like, man, who cares? But like, like, uh, Palestinian officials, Nikki Haley, who is our representative, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, and who was his so Haley charged that the Palestinians were basically obviously trying to avoid any kind of peace, that they've insulted the American president, and they refused to have America and have any American roles in any of the peace talks, and clearly they're not serious, and basically read them the riot act.
Right.
And in response, Saeed Erekat, the Palestinians Liberation Organization's Secretary General and Member of Parliament, good Lord, that's a long ass title, for the Palestinian government, called Haley impudent and said she should shut up.
Yeah, she should get home. She should probably get home and cook her man dinner.
Yeah. Oh, one, his thing is Nikki Haley needs to shut up and realize that the Palestinian leadership is not the problem. Instead, the problem is the Israeli occupation and the policies it continues to pursue. I'm not saying we don't make mistakes. Every society and every government makes mistakes, except you constantly fucking lob bombs at them. So I'm pretty sure that's on you, Mr. Palestinian government.
Yeah, they're both pretty awful, man. Like, the Palestinians, and it's pretty fucking accurate, I think, that they don't really have any interest in peace. Yeah. Because the only way they would have peace is if the Jews were all completely gone and Israel no longer existed, and it was just Palestine.
See, so, honestly, though,
that way you're not interested in peace.
But let's be honest here, Israel is on our side, Palestine is not. So why don't we just like assist Israel in wiping them out? Give them enough weapons and enough advanced technology to just fucking be done.
Yeah, well, I think they have that already. Like, they already have some really fucking amazingly advanced technology, dude.
Well, I mean, that's the Iron Wall or the Iron Curtain or something like that. There's something they have that basically, like, all these missiles and bombs that keep getting launched is blocked by their anti-weapons technology or something like that. They're able to keep it from landing in their cities and whatnot. They shoot them all down.
Right.
So that is definitely on their favor. I just don't see a point in pretending that like Palestine is ever going to be useful to us in any way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think most Israelis actually want peace, and they don't really mind if there was a two-state solution there. But the Palestinians don't think that. They want Israel eliminated. And that's how you fucking realize like they're not interested in peace.
Yeah.
Or at least not a fucking a peace that would be acceptable to everybody, because again.
Well, and let's be fair, man. The Jews got a lot of money, and I'm sure they would pay handsomely for the assist.
Right.
Like, let's not pretend that's not true.
Right. Indeed. But yeah, I mean, the fucking Israel authorities do some fucked up shit. Like, they really do fuck with, a lot of the fucking the Arabs, the Muslims, whatever. But yeah, overall, the Palestinians are fucking way worse, dude. At least the ones that are active in politics seem to be fucking. Yeah.
Well, and they also support like terrorists and ISIS and all that kind of shit. I just don't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, none of those countries, like to this day, cannot acknowledge Israel's existence. Like, they have to say when they're talking about Israel, they have to say something like, "Oh, for the lands west of the Jordan River." Like, they can't say the word Israel. You know what I mean? They cannot say the name Israel, dude. They have to refer to it as that. For the lands west of the Jordan. Like, dude, you guys are fucking ridiculous. Like, it's been like 70 years. It's been 70 years now, dude. Like,
it's Voldemort the country.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, no.
Pretty good.
The whole situation is like and let's acknowledge we fucked up when we were like, hey, let's just give the Jews a country.
And the Jews need a homeland. damn you, Lord Balfour, and your declaration.
Yeah, it was probably not the best fucking plan, but it's too late to undo that now.
Right. Yeah, it exists. And like I said, I think they really do want to have, or most people are for a two-state solution. Just none of them are Palestinian, generally.
Yeah. Well, I guess the question is if you did actually listen to a couple of fucking idiots on the internet like us, and go and just be like, all right, let's just get rid of the Palestinians then. I think the problem would be that there'd be other countries that might object. Obviously, we're just joking. So I mean, realistically, it's
everyone surrounding Israel wants Israel wiped off the fucking map, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're still standing. That's the thing that I find kind of really fucking remarkable. Is the fact that they are fucking surrounded on all sides, other than the ocean, I guess. But like they're surrounded on all sides by countries that fucking despise them. And
the thing to keep in mind is where the Jews are in control. People that want to go to a mosque are allowed to go unmolested. Like they don't burn down the mosque. They don't kill everybody who wants to go to it. Whereas vice versa, that's simply not the case.
Yeah, well, you think of the Temple Mount, the Dome of the Rock, all that shit. Yeah,
they'll burn down the synagogues and kill the Jews for trying to go, and harass and steal and hurt them all the time as a constant. Like there's definitely like not an equal culture there.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. Because it's a place that's sacred to both of them. Although I still suspect that the Muslims made it sacred because they wanted to have an excuse to keep the fucking Jews out. I guarantee you that's what happened. But that wouldn't at all surprise me. Yeah, their whole religion seems to be based on just anger and spite. Not religion, but their nature, like even ignoring religion too. Like, I've met Arabs that are not Muslim, and they all seem incredibly quick to anger. And again, I don't want to generalize here.
It's like a cultural thing.
Yeah. And again, hashtag not all, Mike. Okay, all right, Mike, not all. Just all the ones I've met. Like, yeah, they're just fucking really fucking angry people, dude. Yeah, it's that independent of religion.
Oh wait, yeah. So what are you talking? Akina was talking about the orange Jews doing with Poland right now. They say that Poles did actually kill the Jews in World War II because most of the camps are in Poland. I'm genuinely curious. Then, are they harassing people? I mean, like assaulting and harassing them in the streets and shit. I'm curious because that would be like, hey, then fuck all of them.
Do they really Jewish because Poland got took over by Germany and Germany put the death camps in Poland? They're claiming that the Polish people killed the fucking Jews. That's fucking insane, dude. Wow. I hadn't heard that, dude. That's fucking real. That's insane. Like, dude, the Polish were massively outgunned, but they still put up more of a fight than more of a fight than France, certainly. It might have only been a few weeks, but they fought fucking hard, man. I'm a little biased because I'm, quite a bit Polish, I guess. But like, it seemed like, despite the fact that they didn't really have anywhere near the resources to put up a fight, they still put up a pretty ferocious fight. But anyways, regardless of that, like they lost, like they got taken over. And Germany didn't want to build any of these camps in their own fucking backyard. So yeah, naturally they're going to build them in the fucking territory that they occupied.
Well, if the Germans had built them in their own backyard, the people in Germany couldn't pretend that they weren't happening.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like it's real hard to pretend that that's not going on.
Yeah, yeah. When you see people just fucking mass graves everywhere, dude. Yeah, that's exactly the reason. Exactly, that's the reason they weren't in Germany. You know, like there were some work camps, I believe, in Germany itself, but you know, yeah, the death camps certainly weren't.
That's why we kept the Japanese detainment camps in the U.S. As secluded as possible and as far away from populated areas as possible. So they didn't want people to see how terrible they really were. Like they're not, you know, the same level as death camps in Poland and Germany, but
still pretty fucked up.
They were still pretty bad.
Yeah, or they put them in stadiums so you couldn't really see what the fuck was going on in the stadium. Yeah. Right? Am I mistaken about that? They did have like fucking some sports stadiums that they used for Japanese internment camps, right?
I don't remember that specifically. I do know that I've seen some of the stuff on the camps, but I never really went that far in depth. I just know that like there was a lot of real fucked up treatment.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I was clarifying here. Germans destroyed most of the cities in Poland. They rebuilt after the war. The Germans paid the Jewish people money for their loss, but now the Jews want Poland to give up the rebuilt homes.
Oh, wow. Jesus, dude. That's a real thing? Like, holy shit. I mean, I know... Well, should anything out of fucking Europe really surprise me anymore?
Well, I mean, that's, you know, pretty par for the course. Everybody hates everybody.
Yeah, it's fucking
pretty
insane.
Standard. Moving on to something more entertaining, at least to me. Because at a certain point, like, it's like, they're going to fight. So Trump apparently was talking about replacing food stamps with actual food.
Oh, yeah, I fucking heard about this shit, dude. Yeah.
Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, which is most commonly known as food stamps, essentially, what people get. So under the proposal, which was announced Monday, low-income Americans who receive at least $90 a month, just over 80% of all SNAP recipients, would get about half of their benefits in the form of a USDA foods package. The package was described in the budget as consisting of shelf-stable milk, ready-to-eat cereals, pasta, peanut butter, beans, and canned fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this idea, dude. To be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I would rather see them restrict what can be bought with the food stamps.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't want the government to provide the food directly, but I was going to say I've always been a fan of, if you're going to give money to that, they should be buying food from specific places where there's only certain items available, you know, like so that it's not able to be abused.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You shouldn't be able to buy shit like energy drinks. You know, and I wouldn't even mind if they restricted it to where you can't buy soda or shit like that. Like, okay, you want to buy Kool-Aid? That's kind of iffy, but we'll let you have that. But, you know, I wouldn't mind if they restricted some of the shit.
Well, here's what I would do.
Because it's pretty much anything that's not prepared food. Like, you can't go to the deli and have them make you a sandwich and pay with food stamps. Although maybe you can. Because you can, it's weird. Like, if they've cooked it, you can't buy it with food stamps. Like if they've there's this weird thing like they have like these rack of ribs, right? Like with barbecue sauce and everything on them. If they're cold, you can buy them with food stamps. If the place heated them up, you have to pay cash.
Okay, that's weird.
It's fucking weird.
Here's what I would do. As opposed to allowing people to just go buy stuff at any given store, I would actually personally, and this is maybe not the best idea. I'm sure people will tell me why I'm wrong here. But how about instead of subsidizing all these people to basically grow nothing, you take that have them grow basic staples, basically farm basic staples. So like you can spend the money on like, flour, salt, sugar, milk, cheese, beef, chicken, beans, basic vegetables like produce, fruit juices, fruits, that kind of thing. But that's all that they sell. And it's just real basic stuff, and it's sold at a relatively reduced rate. And don't necessarily restrict only people with food stamps are the only ones that can buy there. Just that's the only place they're allowed to spend the food stamps. You know what I'm saying? So you can get like all this incredibly good, nutritious food, but it and it would assist a lot of other people who are low income potentially. And it would still be people's choices. So you could, if you're a vegetarian, you wouldn't have to buy the beef and the chicken. So you wouldn't have to worry about like, well, they made us take all these things I can't eat.
Yeah. No, that's it would be interesting to restrict where you could use it, and you'd have to actually show ID and that kind of stuff. I'd be okay with that because, I'm saying that because of what Akinaro kind of put in the chat. The fact that a lot of fucking people will sell their food stamps, 50 or 60 cents on the dollar, for drugs or whatever reason.
Yeah, that's extremely common. People will trade food stamps for money to a lot of places. There's a lot of stores, like a lot of little convenience type stores will do it. Because they'll just basically use the food stamps. So essentially, the convenience store takes in a whole bunch of cash, right?
Right.
And some of the stuff they can sell can be bought with food stamps. So they'll keep the cash in pocket, or they'll consider the cash to have been used for stuff that they couldn't buy with food stamps. In other words, they'll cook the books, so the food stamps all go for the stuff that they could buy.
Yeah, they'll ring up cigarettes as a food item, basically. That kind of thing.
Well, they didn't even do that. They just change it after the fact. So they ring everything up normal, and then just like later after the fact, they switch it all around so that it works.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and they can give people cash and stuff like that because they'll just switch over and be like, oh, all these people that bought like candy bars bought it with food stamps, and then we get this extra cash that we don't report to the government and don't have to pay taxes on, essentially.
Right.
Because they bought food stamps from somebody at like half the price. So it's really common, like that kind of thing. But yeah, and I think there would be a little bit of a stigma to it, which I think would not necessarily be a bad thing. It would be more of an encouragement for people to want to get like out of the program.
Yeah.
But also, if you open those stores to people who are like below the poverty line, that could potentially help them to, be able to save money up for like education and rent and stuff like that, and maybe make their lives a little more doable. Maybe they could get out of poverty a little more,
Right. But yeah, no, going back to the abuses, it really wouldn't be so bad to restrict what can be bought. And I'm surprised that, again, you can buy like Monster energy drinks or fucking Starbucks shot energy drinks and all that kind of shit. There's much more restricted.
Somebody put out a list. I didn't bookmark it, but somebody put out a list of I want to say it was on Twitter or something, but of what people were buying with food stamps, and there was like huge amounts of like cake and ice cream and cookies and chips and stuff like that and soda.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like some of that shit should be at least restricted. Like it's okay once in a while, but if it's most of what you're buying, like there should be some kind of fucking sanction for that. Like, dude, you can't be spending half of your fucking money on energy drinks and fucking junk food.
Well, and to be fair, man, like healthy food is more expensive than the junk.
Right.
That's why I'm saying the way I said it is because I think it would potentially reduce the price of the healthier foods.
Right.
Because suddenly, like, you have all these companies that are like basically artificially raising the prices of things like bread. Suddenly have to compete with
hamburger is one that's weird. Hamburger has gotten way more expensive over the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, and a lot of these prices are inflated. I honestly think that they're just not enough competition to keep the market reasonable. Yeah. And so suddenly there was like a store where the prices were set super low because instead of subsidizing the farmers, they're growing the food for you. So they're still getting the money they were getting before, but now they're actually doing something for it.
Right.
And you'd create jobs in the process of shipping and manufacturing and stuff like that to make the food into whatever you need it to be. Like you're obviously not selling fucking wheat berries. You're gonna fucking grind it down into some flour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's an interesting dilemma, man.
Yeah,
but yeah. I think just like I said, I think just restricting how much crap you can buy.
I think that might be a start. That would definitely be a good start, but I don't think that's going to change the abuses of the system.
Yeah, especially when you see fuckers that are, obviously like probably sell, like they're fucking, like you got a chick whose fucking boyfriend sells drugs and makes a shitload of money, and then you see something like a whole bill of somebody buying nothing but fucking lobster and steak with their fucking food stamps. Like that's
I've seen that. I used to work in a grocery store for a while, and I've seen that shit.
Yeah,
I've also seen people with like food stamps go out and get into a brand new BMW, like SUV or like an Escalade or a fucking Cadillac. Like
it's like holy shit, dude! How did that fucking happen, dude?
And they almost always are spending those food stamps on like junk food and like you said, high end like steak and lobster and shit.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking disgusting, man.
Yeah, and so when you see that, you're like, obviously this is somebody abusing the system.
Yeah, there should be some kind of red flag generated by buying that much high end shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like what like investigate them and make them explain themselves. Like, hey,
or do it like
what the fuck's going on that you can buy this shit and you somehow are able to feed you and your kids the rest of the month?
Yeah, not only are you buying all this expensive stuff, but you're buying food that will last for like a week. Like there's 3 more weeks in that month that you're not going to have food for without these, and your food stamps are all spent. So where is this coming from? Like, what are we doing here that this month worth of food is somehow like your monthly budget
sustaining you? Like
sustaining you.
Yeah.
Are you eating a half a lobster, like, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like 1 meal a day? Come on now.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Well, and they could also do it like WIC, though. I think that'd be a potential thing. I don't know if WIC is in every state, but the way WIC works is, so you get coupons in the mail every month or every week, actually, I think it is, and it's very specific. Like you get a 10-ounce, bottle of juice or like one of those like.
Cheese, milk, juice, formula, that kind of shit.
Cheerios, things like that. So it's real basic food supplies.
Yeah.
Ground beef. No, they don't usually do meat, but they'll do like beans and rice.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of the more staples of the cooking crap.
Well, it's stuff that comes in very specific sizes. So they'll literally it'll be like a specific brand and a specific size of that brand.
Yeah,
and get like the 10.5 ounce box of Cheerios, but not the 15 ounce box of Cheerios, even though they're the same price.
Yeah,
because it's a weird big issue. We'd have to explain to WIC people all the time, like, no, they will only compensate us for this item and this item alone. I understand your frustration because that's cheaper right now because of the sale.
Yeah,
but this is what WIC will pay for, and that's it. They will not pay us for giving you that.
Yeah, and it's a pain in the ass getting stuck behind somebody paying with that shit. God damn.
Oh my fucking Christ! They got to do them one at a time.
Yes, dude. Like, holy fuck, dude. You have 5 items.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God. It's like, how can you not convert that into a fucking card somehow? Like, you get a credits. Like, I don't know how they would.
Or how can
there's got to be some way to do it where you don't have to fucking have a piece of fucking like a thing in triplicate or whatever the fuck it is that you have to fucking sign each one and then
coupons at once on one order. even that would be like way better.
Right.
Like it would still take longer because you'd have to go through and make sure like each item was the right for each coupon as you scan it.
Right.
But then you wouldn't have to like run it through, do the total, sign everything off, finish that transaction, start a new transaction, check the next coupon, print out a new receipt, like the whole shebang thing wouldn't be.
Yeah, for each fucking item, dude. Yeah, that's crazy.
That would be much better. If you could do it in one transaction for multiple items.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting because some of the coupons will be like for Cheerios and a big bottle of apple juice. You know?
Right.
What the fuck?
Oh, man. Hey, I got another like on my little Michelle Obama portrait tweet. That's nice. You want to talk about the portraits, dude? Did we do that?
Oh, I don't think I even looked at the portraits, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people mocking the portraits.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah,
I'm
getting mad.
Looked them up.
Yeah. Well, fucking. Well, you've heard about the Michelle Obama ones, right? Where it's her holding a fucking knife and a decapitated white chick's head.
No, is that legit, or is that because the one I'm seeing is here? This is what I'm seeing. Let me screen share for you.
Yeah.
Damn it! Yeah, I fucking moved it. All right, here we go. This is the one I'm seeing.
Yeah, right.
Is Obama, Michelle Obama, the portraits, and that doesn't look at all like the Obama married.
Yeah, dude, this is my tweet. I'll read it really quick because I don't know if it's as funny as typing it out, but I basically put one of the Michelle Obama portraits makes her look more like either of Tennessee Williams sisters than herself. And then I put, to clarify which portrait I'm talking about, it's the one where she's wearing a patchwork dress and does not appear to have just decapitated a white woman's head.
Oh no! So I see what's going on. So the artist made a bunch of paintings of people decapitating white people.
Yeah.
But there's not portraits of Obama and Michelle Obama doing that.
Well, I think there are of Michelle Obama, not Barack, but I believe that they.
No, I think.
And again, it's not the official. Yeah. What?
No, I think those were photoshops. I think it's
you sure?
Something that the other person used to paint a bunch of. And so, like, that's the controversy, because that's the person they chose to paint their portraits, which is still incredibly inappropriate.
Yeah, and the one dude apparently drew a little spermy guy on fucking Barack's fucking face or something. You hear about that? Like, apparently, I couldn't look at the picture. I was only looking on my phone, so that may be why, but I couldn't look close enough. But apparently, like, on his, somewhere around his temple, there's a fucking, allegedly a little fucking sperm guy. The little tadpole looking thing.
I did not know that. That's fucking funny, though.
Yeah, apparently that dude does it a lot. Like, he's some gay fucking militant black guy. Yeah. All right, let me look this up.
All the pictures. Oh, that's Google. I should not have done that as my image search, obviously. Because Google image search is going to be biased and not provide an accurate image search.
Yeah, that's true. All right, once painted black woman. All right.
No, I'm not finding a picture of her cutting off someone's head in a portrait.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you must be right. Okay, now I'm looking at it, but yeah, I actually believed that
I don't blame you for
not necessarily part of the portrait, but I thought she had done one of Michelle Obama doing it, but not as the official portrait.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that's fucking crazy to have that person be the one that does it, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's still incredibly inappropriate. It's fucking like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, that's the guy you chose? Or lady or whatever?
Yeah, no, I think he's, it's almost like, you know how they accuse people of dog whistling, like the fucking... the alt-right or the fucking white supremacists or whatever. It almost seems like Obama is actually doing that when he does shit like this. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it's fucking bizarre and completely outside of the normal realm of etiquette that he's still as politically active as he is. It's really out of line.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not something a president has done prior to this. You know, like George Bush Jr. didn't go around and do all this campaigning against Obama's policies. You know what I mean? Like, that's
George W. didn't. Like, that guy fucking was notorious for stepping over the line. So, yeah, if even he didn't do it, like,
come on. It's so insanely out of line that Obama is going around talking shit. It's just like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, I don't know, man. I almost buy that he was an agent of some fucking Islamic fucking group or something.
No, I would not be surprised at all if I found out like he actually is a fucking covert Muslim, dude. You know?
Yeah, like nothing like, I don't think he's fucking like the ISIS leader or some shit like that, but
he's at least sort of
he's like a political group, you know.
He is overwhelmingly, you know, best case scenario, he's just overwhelmingly supportive, or not necessarily supportive, but what's the word I'm looking for? Sympathetic.
Sympathetic,
dude. Yeah. All right. We need a new Snopes that's not fucking politically fucking motivated.
Yeah, I know. Snopes used to be like the fucking go-to, but they're so fucking biased that you can't get anything accurate out of them. Like, I've seen things on there that are like, because of politics, they're like saying stuff that you know for a fact is not true because there's video evidence of it being proven wrong.
Yeah, and they're just fucking claiming that it's true when it's false or false when it's true, just out of fucking ideological bullshit.
Exactly.
You know? That was a great fucking idea, man. You know, but you know, fucking let your fucking ideologies into it. I don't understand why you would fucking do that. Like, try to be objective. Or as objective as, again, like I said, complete objectivity is all but impossible, right? But you can really try really hard to attempt it, and the results are going to fucking reflect that. But yeah, fucking, it's irritating.
What is it? Bad Metal Man in the chat says he thinks Alex Jones may have nailed his shady past. I think Alex Jones is probably being honest about maybe 10% of his stuff. And the other 90 is like a smokescreen so that nobody fucking gives him a fucking secret heart attack in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Dude, I've been saying that for a long time, dude. I'm sure I mentioned it on here that he acts like a fucking lunatic. Yeah, he acts like a fucking lunatic at times, to almost deliberately discredit himself. And then, like, there's got to be some kind of secret key that I haven't noticed that you can tell when he's just acting like a lunatic, or when he's saying something, because he's not always wrong. It's, you know, as crazy as that sounds, he's not always wrong.
I mean, like, the frogs gay thing was true.
Right. Or, well, not gay, but yeah, what was it? Switching
genders, but it's still essentially the heart of the matter was he wasn't.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I really believe that he does it so he doesn't get assassinated, so he doesn't get fucking hit, or come down with esophageal cancer all of a sudden. Yeah. That apparently, that for me, it seems like that's the one that people get when they step out of line, and they suddenly develop esophageal cancer. Like, that's the one that apparently is easy for the spooks to infect people with. Because it happened to like Jack Ruby. I think it was Jack Ruby. But again, there's been a lot of fucking people that were thorns in the side of the establishment that suddenly developed esophageal cancer.
Yeah, or many other issues like bullets in the brain, lead poisoning.
Yeah, shooting themselves 3 times in the back of the head. Suicide attempt, allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Mad Metal makes a point there. You can remain unbiased in reporting without forsaking your principles. No, it's very easy to do. You just report what is factually, verifiable. That's all you report.
Yeah. All right. That's like I said. It seemed like it was there was at least lip service paid to it. And it was attempted, even if they didn't fucking completely, weren't completely unbiased. Because even reporting the facts, you can let some bias slip in the way that you report them, even if you're trying not to. But yeah, it's not even attempted anymore, dude. And that's my issue with it. It's like, you're not even fucking trying. You're looking through, okay, how do I make this look good for my ideology, and how do I make it look bad for the quote unquote enemy's ideology?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep, it's become more about. Well, it's the opposite of like the scientific method. The scientific method, you put forth a theory, and then you conduct experiments to see whether the theory is true or not, or if something entirely else is the case. You never know. Like, you're not going to know until you experiment, but you don't bias the experiments in a way to try to make it prove whatever you thought is true is true.
Right.
So essentially, what they're doing is they're like, Trump is a Russian agent. Let's cherry pick everything we can possibly cherry pick and make our reports containing only that and ignore every other fact that we know.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And that's part of what the big issue with the memo was, is that essentially the FBI cherry picked all this data, fully knowing that none of it was verifiable, and used that to obtain a warrant for somebody close enough that they could justify spying on Donald Trump's campaign through this very thin pretense of investigating an individual that they'd been investigating who used to work for them. So, I mean, like, the whole thing is just fucking weird as shit and doesn't make any goddamn sense. Yeah, Cronkite was definitely an example. One of the few really unbiased reporters. Like, he would really be dedicated to, like, this is what's actually occurring,
Yeah. Trying to avoid
but I think that was prior to all the media companies being bought out by these major, like, entertainment corporations, essentially.
Right.
Oh yeah, Russia's always been just a fucking political fucking thing, man. It's always just a way to try to, like, get people looking one way while you're trying to do something else.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing that they're still sticking with it. Well, people are still buying it. Like, not many at this point, but people are still fucking buying that bullshit.
Oh, my parents fully believe he's a Russian spy.
Yeah, god damn. It's funny that there's way more evidence against, like, Clinton and Obama, you know what I mean, of actual fucking collusion with Russia.
We know for a fact that the DOJ and the FBI allowed Hillary Clinton to destroy massive amounts of evidence.
Yeah. And
in some cases assisted. Like, there's some pretty blatant fucking crimes right there. When you're talking about obstruction of justice, him firing anybody, like, that's not even remotely close to obstruction of justice. And had it been obstruction, he'd already be removed from office.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's all bullshit. Like, if there was any evidence whatsoever, they would have acted on it already.
All right. And it's almost to that thing of where you're going to accuse other people of what you're guilty of.
Yeah.
So if they come back with it saying that you're doing it, they're like, you're just saying that because we accuse you of that. Like, what? You're crazy. Yeah, it's pretty transparent, but again, it seems to work for at least a certain segment of the population. All right.
Oh, I think.
But yeah, when I was talking about the cancer, I was trying to fucking. Hold on, I don't look up Jack Ruby's specifically. I'm sorry, my mind kind of went off on the fucking OCD tangent here. Stephen Greer was one of them. You know what Stephen Greer is?
No, not offhand.
He's done, like, the movie Sirius and the Disclosure Project. He's like a UFO investigator, and like him and a couple people close to him suddenly developed, like, cancer. Greer actually survived it. Like, it was one that normally people don't survive.
Oh yeah.
I believe it was the esophageal cancer that I was talking about. But yeah, I'm trying to look up the one with Jack Ruby, because Jack Ruby was ready to talk. You know, like he wanted Earl Warren to bring him to Washington. He's like, I can't really tell you here, you know, like, and he, I believe, suddenly came down with a case of cancer as well. I'm trying to see if it was the esophageal one or not. All right, fuck it. All right, okay. I'm gonna have to give up, and I'll look it up later. But yeah, yeah, I don't know how they do it, but they apparently have some way. Well, they definitely have ways of fucking inducing heart attacks that are undetectable. But yeah, it's really crazy about how the fucking they can take people out.
Oh yeah, no, there's some crazy shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, yeah. You know, Hillary Clinton, the Clintons in general, seem to have had a lot of people mysteriously die. You know, way too much to be fucking
Clinton
twisted.
Death count.
Clinton
We've
body
gone over
count,
that before,
yeah.
but it's fucking massive, and I think everybody knows that at this point.
Yeah, yeah, and it seems like some of them were killed for something as innocuous as having smoked weed with Bill Clinton back in the day, like back before weed became as acceptable as it is now. You know, back when he was running for president, like it really does seem. Oh, like Snopes called it false, so it must not be true.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah. Oh my god! Like I said, I always bring up the Vince Foster one because that one was just pretty fucking bizarre, dude. But, yeah.
I love the way Mad Metal puts this. Our government is nothing but a circus of pomp and elitism on the surface, and the most diabolical, toxic hell beast at its core.
Yeah, yeah. I like your poetry and prose, young man. I mean, old man. I don't know how old you are. My apologies.
Maybe what is it? There was a former CIA official, Phil Mudd, was threatening Trump after he released the FISA memo. He was like, "What was it said? Let's see." The workforce is going to look at this and say, this is an attack on our ability to conduct an investigation with integrity. Not remotely true. The FBI people, I'm going to tell you, are ticked, and they're going to be saying, I guarantee you think you could push this off this? I'm assuming push us off this, but he, whoever the site didn't word it correctly.
All right,
you better think again, Mr. President. We've been around for 13 months. We've been around since 1908. 13 years. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah,
I know how this is going to be played. We're going to win, essentially.
Yeah.
But he basically just went off and was threatening, and I'm just like, fucking, they work for the president. Like, that's how that's supposed to work. He's the commander-in-chief. Like, come on now. And I would think that the people who are investigating really won't give a shit one way or the other. They'd probably want all the facts. Because that's what you do when you're an investigator, is you find out what is and isn't true, and then that's what you know. That's what it is. You know, like that's your whole goal. You know, was a crime committed? Did it happen? Did it not happen?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was some really bizarre. Honestly, I am surprised that they have not tried to assassinate Trump. Like, it seems like
I'm not.
If you keep going where you're going, I think it's going.
No, I'm not surprised. The
You're not surprised
hooks already, man. It would be fucking blood in the streets. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, look, Pence would assume the position, but then Pence would just probably start doing the same bullshit that every other president has done. And I honestly think there's a really good chance people would revolt.
Yeah, maybe. But it depends on, again, they killed Kennedy, and they managed to pull that off without anybody revolting.
Well, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think would happen if they tried to actually remove him from office with the evidence that they've got so far, and they said, well, we're gonna impeach the president and remove him from office? Congress did.
Oh, and impeachment's a different story. Like, that's pretty obviously
I think people would absolutely. There would be no Congress within a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm talking about them, finding a patsy like Lee Harvey Oswald and assassinating him, making it look like a fucking lone nut person killed.
No, and I think at this point people are so untrustworthy or untrusting that you would end up with large scale like riots. I think you would actually see Republican riots.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Except remember, the Republicans generally don't riot like the liberals do. They go take places over with guns and fucking bombs.
Yeah.
So I think you would see that on a large scale. Like it wouldn't just be in one state. I don't think it would necessarily be like the end of the government. The Republicans would win and everything would be fucking Republican from here on out. I just think you'd see a lot of places where you get revolts. Where local government
it would be
taken over.
Obviously I hope it doesn't fucking happen, but I fear that it might. But yeah, it's plus again there's so much the prevalence of fucking cameras and shit. Like if it's done anywhere in public at all, there's gonna be thousands, hundreds if not thousands of fucking camera footage of it.
Yeah, it's not as easy to pull off as it was in like the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, it would almost have to be something like Air Force One somehow miraculously got shot down or something. Like, you know what I mean? There would have to be somewhere where they wouldn't have so many eyes on it. You know,
I think that would be so much worse. I think then they'd be like, "Oh, it's a military coup." We're so angry and so fucking on edge, and the media couldn't sell anything to save their life. No one's gonna fucking believe them. Even if
I don't even know
it's true, I think you'd end up with like fucking random places just getting fucking blown up and taken over by fucking Republican like militants.
Yeah, I just think that he is that much of a threat to them that they're considering taking him out, dude.
No, I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, well, I don't know that they're actually going to take the attempt, I guess, but I guarantee you, there's some of them considering it, dude.
Oh, some of the globalists have probably run it by people.
Right.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. The Mad Metal Man makes a point. 9/11 still leaves a lot of questions that we can't answer despite all the footage. Plus, you know, we allowed a fucking mosque to be fucking built on a place where a bunch of Islamic extremists fucking blew up. You know, like,
that still is really. Yeah, that really is. I still cannot believe that fucking happened, dude. Or it wasn't made a bigger fucking deal of, dude. Holy shit.
You know what? If Trump wanted to guarantee another fucking term, I guarantee you, if he did whatever it was necessary to just remove that fucking mosque, tear it down and build a big fucking church, he would absolutely get another fucking term. Even if he said, you know what, we're not building the wall on Mexico.
Yeah, we're doing this.
I think there would be enough fucking impetuous if he made it a big enough deal and made sure everybody knew. And I guarantee you CNN and all those other places would absolutely report it. Not realizing how much against their point, their attempts, like how much it's not going to work in their favor.
Right.
Thinking, then the liberals are going to take over. Not likely.
Yeah, they're not.
Oh, man.
No, they
Did you see that little fight I fucking put up on Twitter between the Proud Boys and a bunch of fucking Antifa idiots? Burning a flag, and then the Proud Boys came over and were like starting some shit. And then Antifa started beat up real bad.
Right. Yeah, even that chick, like that dude was like really fucking furious with that one chick. Holy shit.
Both those groups were fucking way out of line. Like neither one of them was in the right.
Yeah. Like, although it's hard to say because it sounds like the Proud Boys group was getting fucked with the day before or earlier, and
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying at the point where we're at, neither group is doing the right thing. You know, like they're both just crazy, looking for fights all the time. We've reached sort of like that Middle East sort of zone in like fucking Portland, Oregon, where like you just got two groups that hate each other, and at this point, who fucking knows who shot first? It doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, it's like fucking
they're going to start a fight.
Like it's like the Hatfield and McCoys, or I guess Islam and Judaism. Dude, is a pretty good one. Like, yeah, it doesn't really matter what started it. It's just fucking going on now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it was super fucking funny because like Anafa just cannot fight, and they keep trying to start fights, and it's like, dude, you should stop.
Yeah, no, they need to have at least 10-1 numerical superiority to have any kind of chance of winning anything. And even then, you get a few dudes that can kick ass, and they're gonna fucking turn tail and run.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny, just because it was one of those things where you're like, how did you think that was gonna fucking end?
Like, dude,
you can't even throw a punch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there are gonna be people that aren't intimidated by you, that can, just look you in the eyes and know that you're just a little fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. That kind of reminds me of a Mark Maron bit where he's like, I know I kind of act like an alpha man, but I'm totally not an alpha. He's like, I know that because when I come across a real alpha guy, he takes one good look at me and says, "Hey, say hi to the little girl in there." And fucking Maron's like, "Oh fuck, he saw you." It's like that.
I don't want to make this too much bigger because it is YouTube, and they'll probably fucking, who knows. But this is you can tell clearly, like, the Proud Boys are in their little sweaters and baseball caps, and Anafa's in their little masks playing like I like the one with the pink fucking mask.
Yeah. She's one of the ones that gets really fucked up, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
There's one dude that goes after that one chick, like has her down and is just punching her in the fucking face, dude.
Right there. Yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah, that's not the only time that happens, by the way. Like, he really wants to fuck that bitch up, dude. That's why I'm wondering, like, she must have done something really fucked up, expecting as a woman to get away with it.
They're not really people. Just, oh man.
And then the fucking spray, and
then the one guy's just hanging down off of the guy, like he can't even stop anything.
Oh man.
That was about all that was worth watching there. It was like a 12-minute video for like that really had like.
Yeah, there's two separate little instances of action that lasted like a total of like 45 seconds. Yeah, and the rest of it is just everybody talking shit.
Yeah, that did look to be bear mace, or it was economy-sized pepper spray. It's like prison guards, they get really big fucking like fire extinguisher-sized pepper spray. So I wouldn't be surprised if Proud Boys were buying that for their fucking folks.
Yeah, and the way they were talking during the video is apparently they had gotten that, maced or bear sprayed or whatever the day before or something. Like they had gotten attacked the day before. So,
no,
like you don't like it when it happens to you.
Since that initial fucking riot where Anafa got whooped on. It's pretty funny because it's like you'd think Anafa at a certain point would just be like, "Oh shit, let's get out of here."
Yeah.
But no, they're like, "Nope, let's get beat up again."
Yeah, it's almost like they want to appear like oppressed or something. Like, see. We didn't do
at that point, it's not even a matter of who's right or wrong. It's just a point of like, dude, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
You're not accomplishing anything. Yeah. Nobody's looking at you and going, good job, buddy.
Yeah. Like, even if you got somebody on the ground, it's almost like you're giving them a massage because none of you can throw a fucking punch.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They could just turn over and cover their head and be like, hey, can you hit the lumbar region?
Yeah. Yeah, my lower back needs work.
Yeah, you've got a knot down there. Can you guys punch me there? Punch in quotations.
Yeah.
Punch me in the lower back a little bit.
Oh, man. It's so funny. It was so sad.
Yeah, well, you think about it. Remember back in the day when Spencer got fucking cold-cogged? That dude had a running start. And that's all he could fucking muster up.
Really just made Spencer really angry.
Right. Yeah, it was Spencer's more like a
tough dude.
Yeah, it's more like an anger out of embarrassment that he got fucking sucker punched, more than any actual fucking injury. Like, dude, I'm just thinking if I had a fucking running start and fucking ran and jumped and punched somebody, they're going fucking flying, dude.
Yeah,
and that should be the case for anybody. And again, I'm not a fucking not like I've been in a huge amount of fights in my life. I'm thinking I'm pretty fucking average as far as that goes. But yeah, anybody that let's say, played sports at any point in their life, or just
need,
again, it's been in any kind of fight.
If you got a clear punch in without even having to run, like if you just like a sucker punch, if you know how to punch average right to correct, you really wouldn't have to run to knock somebody over or out.
Yeah.
It's all in the mechanics of how you use your arm. But I mean, even just like an average person punching will probably have done way more than that Anafa dude did.
Yeah. Just being able to step into it a little bit, it would have been more than enough to fucking
I'm not sure
knock a dude out.
I'm not sure that running would actually get you more power.
Yeah, well, the momentum maybe, but
I don't think
you're right. It's probably not adding much more than just being there.
I mean, if you punched in the correct form, standing will give you more power, I think, than running. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong too. So.
Yeah, no, it depends. For them, it probably didn't help them at all.
Yeah, no.
Well, obviously, because the dude didn't end up on the ground in a fucking heap. Like it seemed like all the momentum was in the run and the jump, and he forgot to put any kind of muscle into the actual punch. Yeah,
well, and at least you have the intelligence to run away after though. Like that was the one thing I had to respect about that was that guy was smart enough to be like, oh, I better fucking get the fuck out because I just punched a dude in the head and he's not fucking
right in front of the camera. Right. But yeah, that was just fucking tragic.
I wonder if they ever figured out who that was.
Amazing it really is amazing how much they howl and fucking cry when anybody fucking hits them back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would think, man, if you're going to start all these fights, be fucking ready to get punched in the face back. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all fucking shocked. They're like, oh, I didn't do anything. It was just, like, fucking shut the fuck up. Like, you were fucking beating up people, 4 or 5 people on one, and now somebody fucking hits you back and you're fucking playing a victim.
Dude, I've seen him attack somebody in a wheelchair.
Yes, dude.
On like a couple of occasions.
Yeah. They're so fucking cowardly, dude. It's fucking. Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah, and I'm with you, man, Menno. I would love to fuck one of these motherfuckers up, dude. I'm up there in age, dude, but I'm a big dude. I think I could still fucking one punch KO a lot of these motherfuckers.
Oh, Anafa? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want to do a punch where I somehow knock like 3 of them out. Like they're lined up perfectly where my follow through just fucking hits 3 of them and knocks them all out.
Like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, or like some kind of video game fucking combo. It'd be fucking amazing, dude.
With Anafa, that might actually be possible. They are pretty weak looking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm guessing a lot of them are vegetarians or, either way, there's some scrawny looking motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, if you see the rest of the video, like after a while, you see a couple of them that are trying to look tough or like barely have muscle, like between the skin and the bone.
Right. Yeah, it's really fucking weird. Like, hey, I like to feel like I'm tough for once in my life. Like it's pretty obvious they're so angry, and they can't really do anything with it anywhere else. So they bunch together. And then they can actually feel like a tough guy for once, dude. I guarantee you that's a huge amount of their motivation.
It's definitely a big part of what's going on.
Yeah, finger flick could knock them into the wall.
Opportunity to fucking, in their minds, beat up the people that made fun of them probably in like high school and shit.
Right. Yeah, they have all this unresolved fucking anger and rage from being like such fucking sissies in high school.
Well, I mean, everybody got bullied in high school, man. I don't think there was anybody in high school that didn't really get fucked with at least somewhat.
Yeah, especially as like, the freshman with fucking, the difference in size between the average freshman and the average senior is pretty fucking severe, So,
I was lucky in that I was big all through high school, so.
Yeah. No, mine, I guess, I don't know. Junior high, I got fucked with a little more because I was, again, way smaller. Because again, I started school like a month after I turned 4, and I was a little slow developing. It really wasn't until after junior high, like the summer after between junior high and high school, I shot up like 4 inches, dude.
And I was thinking that maybe I wasn't though, because in high school when I started, there were only the freshmen and sophomores. There were no juniors and seniors yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were saying it was a brand new school that just started. That's right.
Yeah. Mad Metal says he was always the tallest or meanest when he got picked on in high school. I'm not sure. The angry toothpick. Oh, that is a fucking image right there, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was also super nice though, so I didn't really get messed with too much. There were a couple people that would fuck with me, but not a lot, just because I was relatively friendly with most people.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it was a bit different. I don't think I had quite the same experience just because of the fact that I didn't have juniors and seniors to cope with.
Yeah.
Although in high school, I was in such a fucking attitude. I honestly probably would have just beat the hell out of the first senior that tried. Like, I would have just gone off. Like, not like normally you fight back, but like, where like people just fucking go berserk. I probably would have just done that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I was weird. I had some weird issues going to high school.
Yeah,
it's a good thing that I did acid shortly thereafter.
Damn.
Let's see. Did you see the? There's a petition to stop Trump from putting on a military parade. I didn't even know that he was planning on it. Like, I'm not even sure he is for sure, or maybe if he just mentioned it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. Donald Trump has been pressuring military leaders to organize a military parade in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And this guy is like, we don't want to spend taxpayer money on a military parade. First and foremost, he's claiming the cost is the issue, and I'm like, it really wouldn't be that much money out of the budget that compared to like how much other like waste is being spent.
Yeah,
and it might actually raise some morale for the military and for the people, and it would probably be a good fucking overall. It would probably be a good thing in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, the military seems to get shit on a lot. Like, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Well, and his thing is there's 40,000 vets sleeping on the streets each night. Like that's somehow relevant.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't spend the money on the parade, they're not going to spend it on the vets. Like that's not realistic. It was never like there's no give and take there.
Right.
The logistics, Washington streets and bridges cannot apparently support the weight of 70-ton tanks. So my question is, why would they have 70-ton tanks? Like,
yeah, it's not necessary as part of the fucking the thing.
Well, first
like, no, we must have tanks in the parade.
First and foremost, if it's the Army Corps of Engineers making the decision on whether or not the bridges and stuff can support it, I'm going to trust them more than this random dude making a petition.
Right.
So I need some sort of evidence that what he's saying is true in the first place.
Right. Yeah, because it seems like if it can hold a shitload of cars on it at one time, you know what I mean? That would add up to way more than 70 tons.
I think they would probably support the tanks just fine, but I don't know that they would necessarily have parades with tanks in them.
I think although it would probably mess up the roads. I doubt the bridges would collapse, but the treads and all that, and the weight in the treads would probably fuck up the roads. I can see that happening.
It would depend on what treads they use. I'm sure that there's different sets of treads, much like tires on a car.
Yeah, that's true. It must have to roll over.
Because there are people that own private tanks. Like history museums and stuff, and they do drive them on the roads, and they don't destroy the road. So, I'm
that's true. They've got to have shit.
But his final thing is readiness implication. Every tank and plane used in this parade is a tank and plane a soldier or airman is not using for training purposes. The lost training days damage our military readiness, and the excessive hours added onto the equipment on parade are an unnecessary use of precious resources. But he follows this all up with, America doesn't need to prove its military strength as if it were ruled by a tin-pot dictator. But more importantly, neither the Democratic nor the Republican Party should support such an egregious waste of tax dollars and manpower. This is not a partisan issue. Clearly, it's a partisan issue. He just called him a tin-pot dictator.
Right.
I just thought it was funny because it was so fucking ridiculous. It was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I love being subscribed to the fucking petition things because some of the ones are just out of their fucking minds. It's glorious. Like, a parade would be cool, man. People would enjoy it. Lots of people would go out and fucking cheer. There'd be like,
yeah, when's the last time that happened?
And kids would get out of school and fucking everybody'd get to go see like these cool things going on.
Yeah, and do it on fucking Memorial Day or around, you know what I mean? Like, you can do that if you want, you know? Although, well, that'd be kind of tough because, like, no, maybe not. But yeah, I think it would be something that would be great for morale. And again, you don't want it looking like a one in like that they have in North Korea or China back in the day, or you know, not something that's menacing, something that's fun and upbeat that fucking like pays homage to how fucking tough the job is.
I mean, they used to do that kind of stuff in like the 50s and the 20s and stuff like that on a regular basis, I think, right? I mean,
yeah.
It was sort of like a let's celebrate our soldiers kind of thing, and I think that's kind of not a bad thing. Oh, I like Mad Metal. These cunts would protest Trump eating a sandwich for insert ist reason here.
Right.
Racist.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Ist.
Yeah. It's again, it's what happens when you're fucking your mindset going into any situation is, how can I possibly be offended by this?
Yeah.
You know, and that seems to be the fucking mindset. Not just waiting
what can I be angry about today?
Yeah, how can I spin this to be pissed off? You know, and again, maybe not directly, but that's fucking that is their mindset, whether they realize it or not. No, there's something wrong with this.
Oh man. Well, I mean, there's a high school in California that banned the national anthem at rallies because it claims it has racially insensitive lyrics.
Fucking amazing.
Oh God, the rarely sung third verse of the national anthem. Part of it says, "No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave." I don't understand at any point how that's racist, but okay. They think it advocates the killing of like slaves, but it sounds like mourning the killing of slaves. Like there's a bunch of people that you can't protect, and it sucks.
Yeah. No, again, it's racist. It's the patriarchy. Gotta be.
I just thought that was funny though. I'm like, they banned the national anthem. Like, how fucking ridiculous can you be? They really should just like not be allowed to do that.
Right. Jesus, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, Kathy Griffin mountained out again. See this?
No, Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, apparently it's some. It's this 2018 Writers Guild of America Awards. Apparently, she went off on saying that nobody supported her. Everybody fucking, nobody had her back or whatever. This is fucking amazing. Yeah. Oh, here goes. Kathy Griffin quote: "I just want to thank all the powerful writers and showrunners in this room for fucking no support. Where the fuck have you been? I was supposed to thank everyone for their support, and no one lifted their finger."
Good Lord, that woman just keeps digging that fucking hole deeper and deeper, man.
She really is fucking crazy.
Like, why are you? You're already fucking like pissed off most of the country because your joke was just not funny and kind of creepy and gross.
Yeah.
And then now you're going to piss off and like alienate yet more people that like now that this is sort of blown over might have been able to help you out.
Yeah, and then complain about how you can't sell tickets.
I don't understand.
Yeah, no, she's fucking nuts, dude. She always has been. And holy shit, man. I'm amazed at whoever does her fucking like hair and makeup that made her like she's still hideous, even with all the fucking greatest hair and makeup in the world. But seeing her without it,
yeah,
in that one video, I'm like, you look fucking like gross. Like I would cross the street to get away from you. Like you look like a
metal calls her a skeleherpy.
Skeleherpy. Oh man. Oh dude, I gotta let me see if I can nail this. I think it was Greg Giraldo at one of the roasts referred to Kathy Griffin. He was like, you look like Ronald McDonald raped Lucille Ball's corpse and then pushed it down a flight of stairs.
God damn.
That's fucking vicious, dude.
It's not wrong though.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was like, I saw her in that. I'm like, you were fucking ugly before with all the makeup, and now you're like,
what happened?
You look like a little fucking kid. She looked like a 12-year-old fucking ginger boy, dude.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's all that fucking hate, man.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that people who are so full of hate just end up looking gross at the end of their life.
Yeah, I've always thought of that
as like pleasant people. They get laugh lines instead of like these really creepy wrinkles. It's like they look friendlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, although I think some of it is it's kind of a chicken and egg thing. Like some people maybe look all right, and then they're just shitty people, and they start looking like witches or whatever. I've seen that a lot. I think some of them are just bitter and hateful because they're not attractive and never were. You know what I mean? Like I think there's some of each.
That would be unfortunate. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I think most feminists, or a lot of the fucking hardcore militant feminists, are just pissed off that they can't trade on their looks. You know what I mean? Like they get no advantage from their feminine fucking femininity or whatever. So they rage against all the women that can. You know? And again, like I said, you look at God damn it, I can't think of any examples. Well, Anita Sarkeesian looks like a witch to me. But she kind of always has. So I don't know if that's
real quick, I want to say hey to Skaggles, the squirrel in the chat. Yeah, we already talked about like the gun control thing with Florida. And, I mean, it's obviously a mental health issue, not an actual gun control issue. So,
all right.
I mean, I don't know.
It's almost like you can say that. Yeah, I mean, it's the same. It really is the same with every time something like this happens. It really is the same exact argument.
Yeah.
It sucks, but like nobody, and that's the thing that I find frustrating is the fact that they hardly, if they mention it at all, there's very little said about the mental health aspect of it. It's all about, you know, if you're on one side, you're talking about how you need gun control, and the other side's like, no, we don't need gun control. But yeah, it's not the gun's fault. And again, disarming people is not the fucking answer. A better mental health alert of some kind of like, hey, like, you know, I was kind of, we're kind of rehashing it. I apologize, but I just kind of thought of this. Like, there's got to be some kind of way that if somebody's exhibiting kind of that type of behavior that might possibly lead to it, there's got to be some way to at least contact the people they know, be like, hey, man, make sure this guy stays away from guns because he seems a little on edge. You know what I mean?
One of the things that's interesting is, I don't know about in this particular situation, but in a lot of the gunning and the mass murder issues, people have been trying to get help for that person, and it hasn't been forthcoming.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
There's a breakdown in the mental health system.
Right.
Yeah, Sky goes, we absolutely agree, man. Yeah, bans and more laws are not going to do anything. It's just... we border the worst country in terms of firearms trafficking. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Mexico traffics a lot of firearms. So even if we did ban it, it would be super. One, there's so many guns out there. There's no way that just take them back.
It doesn't. It would just manifest itself some other way. Fucking bombs or fucking, you know, whatever it is. They're gonna find some way. If people are that fucked in the head, you know, the lack of guns is not going to stop them from acting out violently. You know,
well,
in fact, it could make it a hell of a lot worse.
Go on in like the UK, like mass stabbings.
Right. Yeah, or are they going to blow up in the entire fucking school and kill everybody in there because they couldn't get access to a gun? Like, again, it's not something that's going to stop the problem, because the problem isn't the guns. It's the fucking underlying mental health of these people, almost universally.
Skaggles reminds us of the trucks of peace.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, make trucks illegal too. Kitchen knives, trucks, anything pointy, really. We need rounded edges everywhere.
Yep. Let's just wrap everybody in bubble wrap. Right. I do like the idea of arming teachers.
Yeah, I don't see what the problem. I do see some issues, but yeah, as long as they are keeping it on their person at all times, which I think they should have to, just because again, you don't want a kid getting a hold of it.
I think there'd be a fair point to say the teachers are trained, and then the firearm is in a locked cabinet in the classroom.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay, yeah. As long as it's not somewhere where anybody can easily get to it.
I'm not saying
other than the teacher, obviously.
I'm not saying that it wouldn't be better to have it on the belt. I'm just saying if you were going to do that, I think having it in a locked
not even on the belt
would be like the most likely thing that people would agree to. Not necessarily.
But you can have it like strapped to the back or somewhere where it's not visible but easily accessible. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying I don't think it would ever happen outside of Texas that they'd be like, yeah, every teacher should have a gun.
Yeah, I don't know. Arizona too. Arizona's pretty friendly on the gun.
I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to get it like a nationwide thing for schools, it's a way of protecting it. I think if you argued for like locked cabinets in the classroom,
or maybe something that's like tied to your handprint or fingerprint. You know what I mean? Where any of the
like a combination to open it as opposed to a key for sure.
Yeah, well, I would think the handprint would work better. Something that could easily be opened quickly.
Handprint would make more sense, but I think the cost would be because in the middle of the heat of the moment, like you're not likely to remember a fucking combination.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which is why it would be better to be on the hip. I just don't think that's something that they'd ever agree to.
Right.
Until it stopped one or two shootings.
Yeah, so it would have to be like something that would be like maybe implemented in Texas, and it actually worked like a fucking charm, and then the rest of the country would be like,
that church shooting that wasn't that long ago in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, and it ended up getting cut short because one of the neighbors came over with a gun.
All right. Yeah, where the fuck is that in Texas?
Pretty sure that was in Texas.
All right. Yeah, the guy actually fucking hit him and chased him off. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Again, Mad Metal Man can tell me for sure. I think he's in Texas, right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's fucking. I love that, dude. Yeah, see, Arizona's probably not quite as gung ho on the gun laws, but yeah, it's we're pretty quote unquote liberal on the gun laws. Or permissive, I should say. Liberal is probably not the right word.
So Texas has to get on that. Mad Metal Man, we're putting you in charge of arming all the teachers in Texas.
Yeah.
That'll be your responsibility.
Right.
I'm sure that's something
surprised they haven't. Capable of. All right. Okay. God damn it. I left the fucking picture of Kathy Griffin up this whole fucking time.
Well, I mean, the end-all be-all argument for me about gun control and not gun control is, do you trust the government? My answer is no. I don't want them to have all the guns.
Yeah, it's fucking anywhere that's been done, almost not quite universally, but almost universally, has ended up in has not ended up well for the average fucking citizen when the fucking citizenry is disarmed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, look at Canada. Like, they fucking now there's laws if you say the wrong fucking pronoun to somebody, you can end up getting fined and potentially jailed. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous and flies in the face of any kind of free speech.
Yeah, it's I find it really spectacular that fucking
and then people are being arrested in the UK where a lot of people try to claim they have freedom of speech for shit they put up on Facebook. I mean, so let's not pretend that anybody else has freedom of speech like the US does.
Yeah, where it's not actual like an amendment or anything that's written into law. In fact, it's usually the opposite. Yeah. There's usually laws specifically outlawing a lot of shit.
Oh, Boogie made a comment on Twitter, Skaggles, that sums it up. I want to say, like, Boogie's looking fucking good. That dude lost, like, a lot of fucking weight.
Right. Yeah, Boogie seems like a pretty reasonable guy on almost everything, dude.
I don't know that much. He seems like a nice dude. Every time I've heard him talk, he's pretty nice. But I just wanted to mention, like, because that dude has lost, like, at least a couple 100 pounds.
Yeah, well, he had to lose a bunch of weight to get down to be thin enough to get the gastric bypass surgery.
Oh, okay.
He did that, and then now he's got the gastric bypass, so it's that much easier. Although, again, you can still say fat even with that if you're fucking screwed up enough. But yeah, he seems to be sticking with it.
It's a statement of fact, though, dude. Like, I am fat.
Right.
I don't know what else you're supposed to say, you know? Like, Boogie is fat. You know, I mean, he's still fat. He just lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah, he's just not nearly as fat as he was. Yeah. Yeah. Charles Barkley admits to playing a game drunk. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Of course he did.
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Let's see. A little more shocking. Like, please don't tell me that any of them have smoked pot before they play basketball. That would be shocking. Like, that doesn't happen everywhere.
To find out if there was nobody who'd ever played a game drunk or played a game high.
Dude, they're fucking constantly stoned. I guarantee you, at least half the fucking league is playing
high as fuck.
High as fuck, dude. Not drunk, but fucking stoned as fuck, dude.
Oh,
I guarantee it, dude. Yeah,
well, and they probably
playing basketball when you're fucking stoned is a really good time, dude. You know, because I used to love fucking playing basketball when I was stoned, dude.
Well, I'm sure that a bunch of them are hopped up on pain pills too, dude. I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it either. Even though it's not as much as a contact sport as like football or something, it's still.
Oh, I'm just
still a lot of wear and tear. You're still playing 82 games in like a 4-month period or whatever. Yeah, it's gonna fucking wear on you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find Boogie's thing.
Yeah, I just can't be stoned today or tomorrow because I work, and then fucking there's no way to hide that from my fucking clients because those motherfuckers know. They know.
Right.
They wouldn't rat me out though. I'm pretty sure because I'm pretty chill. I don't harass people.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd know.
Yeah. No, it'd be like trying to. No, god damn it! I just lost my train of thought. Fuck.
It'd be like trying to go to a fucking AA meeting drunk and expecting nobody to realize.
Yeah, no, that is hilarious because that fucking happens. Not necessarily drunk, but yeah, plenty of people come in fucking tweaking or obviously high on like painkillers or something, and thinking they're fooling people. I've done it before, dude. I remember going in, and I don't know that anybody knew, but I would be surprised if they didn't. Like, dude, yeah. When I first got out of rehab, like I only made it like a couple months out before I fucking was using again, and I was still going to meetings. Like that's fucking bewildering to me. And again, a lot of us have done it, but like, why would you go to a meeting if you're high? Like, why are you at a fucking meeting if you're fucking high? Just a buzzkill.
We as human beings naturally want people to like us. And so there's a certain like part of you probably just wants to prove that you're still cool with those people. You know what I mean? Like, or they're gonna know you're high.
Yeah, or it could just be that you like, you want to fucking feel like you fooled people. Like if you're because you could be in a pretty shitty mindset. Yeah, it could be just you're in that shitty of a mindset where you're like, yeah, I fucking fooled them. Yeah, I don't think that was ever it for me. I can definitely see that happening. I remember this one dude picked up his 1 year fucking medallion or whatever, and it was so fucking obvious to everyone. Like he was constantly working his jaw, like he almost like it had a fucking hitch in his jaw, and I was like, dude, this is high as fuck.
Meth
this
people,
dude's like not just a little high, dude. This guy's high as fucking fuck, dude.
meth.
And yeah. But yeah. It was really funny because he disappeared. Like I think he came to a couple more meetings over the next week or so, and then I haven't seen him since. And that was like fucking 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Probably went back to jail. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck he went. Yeah, and actually, I come to think of it, I remember I was working. Yeah, I think I was still working selling insurance, and the place where I work is right next to a Little Caesars, and then I saw him and another chick from the meeting were out back of that place of the Little Caesars, hanging out, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Like, if I can go to see how he's doing or whatever. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're doing all right." We're just meeting her brother or whatever. Hey, do you have any gas money, man? Like $5-10.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I have a card. I can go over and put it into the pump, You're like, oh, okay, never mind. You're like, yeah, okay, buddy. Like, okay, so you don't need the gas. You just definitely want the cash. Yeah, you're not up to something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like why would you? Yeah, it's just weird. A weird mindset. I should be aware of it.
I've seen people that are stuck and need gas in the same parking lot like day after day for like weeks.
Oh, right.
It's like, yeah, dude, nobody fucking. We all know.
Yeah. You're gonna have to fucking take it to your scam has run its course here. You need to move on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well then, fucking, I still like the dude that came up and was like, "Hey man, can I get a couple bucks for beer? Me and my woman need to get a couple beers to stay warm tonight."
And yeah, you almost appreciate the honesty. Yeah,
I gave him the last $2 out of my wallet, man. I was like, "You guys are actually telling me the truth, man. I can respect that."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen signs. Yeah, there's sometimes they'll make a sign like that. The sign will be like, instead of help, need money or whatever, homeless, it'll be like, hey, why lie? I need beer.
Yeah,
like I've seen that happen too.
I'm not necessarily going to ever give money to anybody again, but like I thought it was a refreshing change.
Right.
I talked to you about the hobo that offered me money, right?
I think so, but tell the story again for the viewers at home.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fucking funny. I was working late night at a Safeway, fucking putting carts away, and some fucking car pulls up and gives this hobo that I'd been chatting with for like the last 20 minutes while I'm putting carts away. Gave him a bunch of money, like a big fucking wad of cash. And he turns around and he's like, "Hey man, do you want this? Because I already got enough for my booze."
Dude.
I was like, "No, that's cool. I appreciate it, but I'm working really hard. I'm pretty good where I'm at right now. You definitely should keep that." But I thought it was pretty fucking funny.
That was fucking crazy. Like, dude, plan ahead. You were gonna need booze later on, dummy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Save for a rainy day.
I just was like, I was working 80 hours a week at that point with 2 jobs just to fucking make ends meet, and I'm like, I can't. I'm too proud to take the money from home.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Even though I probably could have used it.
All right. Yeah. Skaggles.
No, my current job, I worked with too many people who fucking pretend to be homeless or do get money for being homeless when they were homeless that just do drugs. It has nothing to do. They don't need any help.
Right. All right. I'm sub to you, Skaggles the Squirrel. You got an interesting looking. I just went and sub because they got an interesting looking channel.
Oh yeah, Skaggles the Squirrel does all sorts of great like animations, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why I never come across it. Yeah. What else? What else we got out there?
I want a freeze dryer.
You want a freeze dryer?
I want a freeze dryer so fucking bad. It looks so fun.
Yeah.
You can make like astronaut ice cream. Here, I'll show you some pictures.
I miss the fucking Dippin' Dots. They have a thing at the Fry's here, which would be like Ralph's where you're at. I don't know what they're anywhere else, but all owned by Kroger anyway. But yeah, they have this one that's like an imitation Dippin' Dots, and it's awful. Like it just like almost made me angry that it was so bad because I was expecting something close to Dippin' Dots. Oh my god! And
no,
it was just
nothing
fucking
like
awful.
what you were expecting at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the food lasts for something like 25 years if you vacuum seal it and keep it in a cool, dark place.
Right.
And it keeps like 90% of its nutritional value. So, like regular dehydrators, you lose a lot more vitamins and minerals and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, look what happens to like a gummy bear. Or, like blueberries and stuff, or like the ice cream and strawberries. It looks so fun. You can basically you can freeze dry anything: avocados, eggs. This is all different kinds of marshmallows.
Yeah, but it sucks because the only place you can get the Dippin' Dots around here is like in the fucking Harkins theaters. Like they have a little fucking what do you call it? Vending machine for them.
Oh yeah,
but it's literally the only place here that has them.
Yeah, the only downside is it's like $3,000 for a freeze dryer.
God damn, dude.
Well, do you know the process works, or do you not know?
Not specifically. I assume it just like flash freezes it pretty quickly.
No, okay, so it freezes your food, right? And then what it does is it raises the pressure in the chamber, which lowers the point at which water will boil. And if it's done correctly, the water goes directly from the frozen state to the vapor state and can get removed from the food.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
And so that's why the food looks virtually the same. Like there's very little difference between the way the food looks when it goes in and comes out. Because like normal dehydration, you're essentially cooking very, very slowly and very, very low temperature. You're cooking the food until the water's all out. But even then, you're not getting the water out. Not nearly as the same.
I just saw a Mad Metal comment. I assume he's bagging on us because we always end up coming back to food, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Or a couple of fat ass.
I think that would be awesome. You know, you can just take your leftovers and fucking freeze dry them if you don't eat them, and then fucking just have like leftovers for like when the power goes out or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, man. I fucking got this pot roast from Costco last night that was so good. Fucking insane. And it was one of those pre-made things, like in a refrigerated section. And you just, throw it in the fucking oven for like 45 minutes, and then boom, you got a killer pot roast with gravy.
Yeah. That's from Costco, you said?
Yeah, so like they have these normal, like these little things over in like sort of almost like the meat area. They'll have like a bunch of pre-made meals, but then they also have this other refrigerated section with pre-made foods from other companies that isn't necessarily Costco.
Oh, gotcha.
But they're all still just like refrigerated, not frozen. I think that makes a big difference because, man, they come out real fucking good.
Yeah, I know Gordon Ramsay makes a big deal about shit not being frozen.
Yeah, well, Gordon Ramsay's angry about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I'm just saying it apparently does make a difference. My mom doesn't think so. Like, I get mad at her. I'm like, why are you fucking buying something like that and then just freezing it? You know? Like, it obviously makes a difference on some level, even if it's not a huge difference.
Well, I mean, we buy big packs of meat from Costco and freeze it in usable amounts.
Yeah, but even that is going to mess with the flavor to some degree.
Yeah, but you're talking about ground beef and cheap ass like chicken breasts. You're not talking about fucking filet mignon.
Yeah, like high end shit. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not buying like steaks. It's just like big ass packs of ground beef and shit. It's perfect though, because anytime you want to make something that has one of them, you just go grab a pouch from fucking, a bag or whatever from the fucking freezer and let it defrost the night before.
Yeah, that reminds me, I still have like 2 racks of ribs left that I still have frozen. You get those going. $1.88 a pound, dude. I could not pass that up, dude. Fucking $1.88 a pound for ribs. Yeah, because it's normally like, I think the normal price is like $8 at least, like $7.99 or something like that. Nice. Yeah, and actually, I was going to say they closed down the Sam's Club. We had a Sam's Club here in town. They closed that down, so they actually refunded membership. So we actually just got one for Costco. So we're gonna have to start going to Costco.
Yeah, Costco.
Which I've always preferred anyway.
You gotta be careful. because not everything is cheaper at Costco than it is otherwhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you gotta be careful. And the muffins, here's the thing that drives me nuts about Costco. Maybe I'm the only one that goes nuts over this.
Oh, not the muffin thing again.
They package the fucking muffins in 6-packs, but they only sell them at 12 at a time. So you gotta buy 2 fucking 6-packs, but they don't really make it very clear where the fucking muffins are. It's not like big signs.
So it's kind of like they're suckering you into buying 2.
And as soon as you get up to the counter, they'll be like, "Oh, well, fucking, we'll send someone back to get you more muffins." Like, you just want me to buy more fucking muffins?
All right. Yeah. Yeah, you're like really angry about the fucking muffin thing, dude.
I want to be able to just buy a fucking half dozen. They're fucking massive, man. How many muffins do they think I want?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so they're the big oversized ones. They're not like just regular tiny little muffins.
Oh, Jesus, they're the size of like your fucking head, man. One muffin is a breakfast. One muffin is a breakfast. You do not need to like more than one muffin. And even then, you might not necessarily want to finish the whole one for some of them because they're so fucking sugary.
Yeah, it's almost like the 6-pack is almost too much to buy at once, right?
Well, we have 5 people in my house, so generally there's like
pretty much right on.
There's enough demand for like 3 6-packs of muffins, but not for 2 dozen. But we have to buy 2 dozen when we buy them, so we always have all these extra muffins that end up going like bad, molding.
Yeah, that's the worst.
It's actually like freshly made with real ingredients and not all the fucking preservatives and shit.
Yeah, I always do that with croissants, man. Like if I buy any more than 3 or 4 croissants at a time, at least a few of them are going to go to waste because I don't, because I'll have a craving for croissants. I'll eat them for a day or 2, and then I'm done with fucking croissants for a while, and they end up going bad on me.
Dude, croissants are my favorite. I will never let croissants go bad.
Yeah, no, if I buy like a dozen, then I'm the only one that fucking eats them.
Oh, nobody else eats them?
Yeah, see, that's the thing is sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
See, I'd eat them for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, though, dude.
Yeah. No, I use them as fucking bread for like a fucking a ham sandwich or something. That's fucking fantastic.
Really you just cut that croissant in half. You spread it with some good old Nutella in there. Oh, that is fucking killer,
dude. I actually put peanut. I'll toast it, and then I'll put peanut butter on one side, Nutella on the other, and then bring it back together. Good. Yeah, because it's all melty because it's toasted. I love fucking
croissants. Croissant pizzas, like Matt Metal's talking in the thing. Damn it!
Yeah,
I have to buy croissants again. I want to try the peanut butter one.
Yeah, although that reminds me of the fucking. I've kind of found the perfect little recipe for not recipe, but technique for making the English muffin pizzas, where you have to almost burn the English muffins, basically. And then I put a whole fucking layer of pepperoni. Like I put like about 8 or 9 slices of pepperoni on each English muffin, and then just fucking cover it with the cheese. They turn out really fucking good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and for some reason,
croissants,
if it's burnt, if it's burnt, it actually tastes better somehow. It's weird.
It's like the char on grilled meat. Like you got to have a little bit of char to really get that flavor.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. All right, sorry. Croissants.
I was gonna say I've done melted cheese on croissants, but I haven't done like pepperoni filled croissants. And now I really want to start. I want to try it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Like you're talking about, like actually putting like a marinara sauce and pepperoni like that. That would be fucking interesting.
I don't know. I'm assuming. I assume if it's pepperoni filled, like you're throwing pepperoni and cheese in there.
Yeah, that does sound really good.
And making it like a pizza pocket kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking try that now.
You can do like a real fucking ghetto version of Hot Pockets, but homemade with the croissant Pillsbury biscuit dough like things.
Oh, right.
And you can do like because they comes out in like little squares. You can actually just like put your own fillings in there and then like mish it down and bake it. It's pretty decent. It's pretty good.
Yeah, because people do that. Well, they'll do like a pigs in a blanket with that shit a lot.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. Yeah, it's just with a sandwich instead of like the little hot dogs.
The pizza bagels are good. The bagel bites. Oh fuck, I love those things, dude.
Bagel bites. God damn
Although
it,
I don't know. I assume
bagel bites.
Yeah, Psycho's probably talking about an actual bagel made in pizza, but either way, bagel bites are really good too. Little mini bagels.
I'm gonna fucking buy some fucking bagel bites now.
Yeah. Have you never had them, or are you just being reminded of it?
I haven't had them in a long time.
Okay. Yeah. No, I love them. My son loves them. Although, yeah, I haven't made that. I'd probably make the English muffin ones for him. I haven't done that in a while. The English muffin pizzas. He fucking loves that shit now.
Long ass time.
Yeah, it had been several years for me too. And then I was like, all right, I got to try to figure this out. It took me a while to figure out what combination, like how much cheese to use, how much to toast it. Because if you don't toast it at all, it's going to be incredibly soggy when you put the marinara sauce or the pizza sauce on there. So you got to toast the shit out of it to where it's slightly burnt. Put the sauce on, again, a shitload of pepperoni. Finding that Mitch, and also I always put too much cheese on them, dude. Like I put a big fucking clump of cheese on there. It actually tastes better with less cheese. It's weird.
Well, there's a certain point at which like you don't want to overdo cheese, man. Like you can't overdo cheese. It's not easy to find that but it's possible.
Right. Yeah, pizza on Texas toast sounds good. I never tried that. Although
I've never done that. That's not
French
bad.
bread. Pizza on French bread is fucking fantastic. I love that shit.
That sounds good. The Texas toast thing I might try.
Yeah, that really.
One of the things I do with French bread is just do the fucking like French toast, like a big fucking. Oh, Matt Metal. Sorry. You were saying, yeah, but they're better made, homemade or homemade if you want. And so I said, lol, the way you mean if Opal makes them. And he's like, yeah, I'd want proof she could cook before I eat that.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I haven't done French toast pizza like outside of like pre-made, like in a box thing.
Right. Yeah, no, I've never done it myself, but yeah, I just, like the Red Baron, or I don't know if you have Red Baron where you're at, but the Red Baron French bread pizzas are fantastic, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I've done like the French toast with real French bread and it's amazing. I should probably try making like the French bread pizzas because they're so good.
Yeah, indeed. Although
those are awesome, man. You cut up a French loaf of French bread and fucking big Pyrex fucking cooking dish, and just mix in like pour over the egg and milk and cream and seasoning mixture and fucking bake that in the oven for a half hour or so. And you just get it's just a big fucking thing of French toast. You cut like big chunks out of it,
Yeah, and so it's dry, so it soaks up a lot more of the mixture.
Yeah, you gotta let it soak up for like a good half hour, 45 minutes at least. And I would cut it into chunks. You can cut it into slices, and that works. But I think the next time I do it, I'm definitely just gonna cube it and then soak it all in a big bowl.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, because think about it, like French toast with just shitty white bread is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense. It would be that much fucking better.
Oh, and then what I do is I leave the French bread out for like a few days, so that it's pretty stale before I make it.
That's
the water out so that it has more. You can soak in more of the liquids.
The egg mixture. Yeah.
Absolutely the way to go. 100%.
Yeah.
Got a little nutmeg, little cinnamon, some cream, and some milk and some eggs. It's delicious.
Yeah. Not too much nutmeg. You'll fucking hallucinate.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Too much nutmeg will fucking make you hallucinate. Yeah. Takes a lot of them, apparently.
Nutmeg used to be the fucking seasoning of choice, apparently, for fucking everything. If you watch the Townsend channel, dude.
Oh, really?
The cooking from the 18th century, man.
Yeah, they were all trying to fucking surreptitiously get high. trying to be all
I think it's
about
because nutmeg was easier to obtain and ship without it going bad.
Yeah, that makes sense, dude.
Because it was little hard nuts. So, but they put it on fucking roast beef, pork, chicken, fucking in soups, anything.
Wow.
They're like, this is our cream of beet soup with nutmeg. Like,
that seems weird. Like, I think of nutmeg as more of a dessert or a sweet type.
It's heavily involved in French cooking. That makes sense. There would have been a lot of French influence on the cooking at that time, especially.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But it's like I like adding a little bit of cinnamon to like chicken dishes. That's always pretty good. Just a touch.
Yeah. I'll add cinnamon to the applesauce I eat with a chicken dish. That's about as close as I'll get, dude.
Oh, it gives it like this sort of warm flavor. It's not a sugary sweet flavor.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense because cinnamon by itself is not really sweet, but it's almost always mixed with sugar.
And I mean, and it's just a pinch. It's not really very much. You're not like. Yeah, I would say if you're making a big dish for like a family size dish, you really aren't going to put in more than like 1/8 of a teaspoon. Just a little tiny bit.
Just a tiny taste. Yeah. See, I'm used to cinnamon as in like because I always have a shaker full of cinnamon and sugar to make cinnamon toast. I fucking love that shit, dude.
Oh yeah. Psycho's a French culinary chef by training.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I always wanted to do that, and I never did because there's a place up in Scottsdale. It's called the Scottsdale Culinary Institute. That's really well known, culinary college or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I never actually did it, but I was like, I at least sent away for the brochures and shit. Like that's as close as I've ever gotten. But yeah, I was always interested in fucking becoming a chef. Never got around to it.
I think if I was going to go for a chef, it'd be fun, but I would never go for like a French one. It's not that their food is bad; it's just so complicated. I'm much more of a fan of like simpler, like Italian style or Asian style dishes.
Yeah, not a huge amount of ingredients, and just keep it basic but do it well. Yeah.
Yeah, but French food is great. It's just I don't want to do the work.
It's too much. Yeah, too many steps, too many working parts, that kind of thing.
Too lazy, man. Too much work for me.
Yeah. See, I have this thing that I make, which it's similar to fajitas, but basically instead of cutting shit up into strips, I'll cut it up into cubes. I'll cut the meat up into cubes.
Yeah.
I'll still cook it. I don't really like onions, so I leave that out. But it's basically just that and bell peppers, a bunch of pepper and garlic salt or whatever. This is going to sound gross, especially if you don't like mustard. But basically, I'll take that and I'll mix cheese in with it, throw it in a burrito, and put a bunch of mustard in the burrito too. Huh. And it tastes fucking amazing to me, dude. It's like one of my favorite things to eat. And I use a lot of pepper. Like it annoys everyone else how much pepper I fucking put in shit, dude.
I don't know. Pepper's good, man. It's like salt. It brings out the flavor of food.
Yeah. But I've learned to kind of tone it back. Like, so other people will eat the shit too. But yeah, for some reason that meat with just bell peppers and a bunch of pepper and salt, garlic salt. With a little cheese and a burrito with mustard. Fucking amazing to me. It sounds gross though, right? Like even it kind of sounds gross to me until I did it. And I like mustard.
Oh, I'm an excellent cook. I'm not a French trained cook. You don't have to be trained to be an excellent cook.
Yeah, I'm definitely pretty much. Yeah. You'd almost have to. Although it is kind of funny watching the fucking the worst chef shows. Like it's amazing to watch how bad people can be at cooking, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like because cooking to me, like just cooking being average at cooking seems like all common sense. And you're like, you find these people that apparently don't have that, and you're like, how the fuck can you fuck something up that bad?
I worked with a lady that couldn't fucking do the frozen crock pot meals right.
Oh wow.
You know, the ones where you literally put everything in a pot.
Yeah.
Measure in like 4 cups of water and leave it on low for 4 hours. Like that.
How did you fuck it up?
And she like it came out fucking dry and almost burnt.
Oh wow! So she just left it in too long, or was she constantly fucking with it, or?
I can only assume she didn't put enough water in and cooked it too high or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's spectacular. So I think that's what's been suggested to Opal is like, dude, you can't fuck this up. Just do crockpot shit. Yeah.
Pretty sure kebab is not a French term.
It's fucking Middle Eastern, isn't it? That's fucking like an Arab thing, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's an Arabic term or a Turkish one.
Or maybe it's kebab and it's kebab. Yeah. No, yeah. If you're failing at cooking crockpot cooking, you should probably just give up.
Yeah, it's based on Urdu, Persian, and Turkish language.
Maybe it's different when it's spelled with a K-A. Who knows?
No, kebab eventually became kebab with an E. It's not a French term.
All right, settle down, both of you, dude. Nobody gives a shit except you two.
I don't disagree that the French may like kebab, but in the 17th century, it's from the Arabics originally. I'm just saying, man.
Mad Little Man, there's someone that puts cinnamon on everything. Wow. Chicken noodle soup with cinnamon. That's fucking weird, dude. Although, again, you said actually a tiny, tiny bit of cinnamon actually kind of works pretty well. God, you fucking two are determined to fucking go at it over this kebab thing, dude. Hey, I'm going to fucking distract you guys as much as possible. So I don't want to fucking hear an argument about.
I don't want to hear back and forth about kebab.
I don't, dude. Oddly enough, I do not.
I wasn't going to go any further on that, dude. I don't know what you're worried about.
Well, it seemed like you were getting worked up. I just don't want that to continue.
No, that was all. I said my piece, man.
All right, I was just checking. Yeah.
Oh, like tablespoons of fucking cinnamon?
God damn, dude. That's crazy.
Man, you must really like cinnamon, dude. That's fucking. That's a lot of cinnamon.
Yeah, that's that's weird. Yeah, because like I said, what you were describing is just like a tiny little pinch, essentially. You know, that kind of because cinnamon, it's a pretty powerful taste, dude. And a little bit goes a long way. You know, cinnamon with a shitload of sugar. Like I'm thinking like even my cinnamon sugar mix, like it's vastly sugar. You know, it's like at least 90% sugar and a little bit of fucking cinnamon. And the cinnamon flavor goes a long way. But it just seems gross. Like it sounds having that much cinnamon in chicken noodle soup. That's bizarre, dude.
I wouldn't add cinnamon to chicken noodle soup. That would be weird.
Yeah. Especially not tablespoons of it. Holy shit. Yeah.
Like if it were a chicken dish that had, I don't know, maybe like cream of mushroom soup or like tomato-based sauce or something, I would add just a little pinch of cinnamon just to give it a little bit of warmth, but I wouldn't really add much, that much. That's Mad Metalman says, this bitch makes Opal look like Gordon fucking Ramsay. God damn.
Man.
Mad Metal, should you choose to accept that your mission is to make a cooking show with this bitch?
Yeah, she definitely sounds like a worst chef nominee, dude. But cinnamon. Like Psycho said, cinnamon voids the flavor of everything else. Yeah, it's too much. It's too overpowering of a flavor. Wow, beef, pork, barbecue, chicken, putting cinnamon in all that? Holy fuck, dude! God damn, it's fucking crazy.
If people are looking for a bad cooking show, Cooking with Hoarders, search that on YouTube.
All right.
There's a point at which the man places a small hunk of steak that's slightly frozen.
Oh my God!
A paper towel on the edge of a toilet and lights the paper towel on fire in order to defrost it.
Yeah, didn't he spray it down? Didn't he?
It really only goes downhill from there.
Yeah, didn't he spray it with like some kind of flammable fucking chemical, right?
Yeah, it's great. There's a point at which he's like has to open a coconut in another episode. So he pulls out a fucking samurai sword that he keeps under the fucking sink for that. And like you think like this is something this dude set up and like he's making this all a joke, but you look around the house and you're like, no, this guy just legitimately has all this shit. Stuff gets lit on fire. I don't think he ever makes a single fucking dish, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
It is phenomenal. Any chance anyone gets to watch it, Cooking with Hoarders is definitely a YouTube channel to watch.
Yeah.
Or it's not a channel. You'll find the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, that reminded me a little bit of the a purchase I made yesterday. Let me see if I can get this on. It's not a samurai sword, but it's knife related.
Knife related.
If you can see that.
It's like a machete.
Get it all in frame.
Yeah, it's a good, nice machete, man.
Yeah, this was on sale actually at Ross. Like the front has a little serrated. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah,
the front part has a little serration on there. Yeah, this thing. It's a Black & Decker fucking machete. Fucking Jesus Christ, couldn't think of the word. But yeah, it was on sale for like $12.
Dude, that's not bad. That's a fine one of those. See if I can find a good machete for like that.
Yeah.
Never know when you might need a machete in your car.
Indeed.
I need to build a false fucking bottom for my the back end of my car.
Have a machete in there for the zombie apocalypse.
Well, just because, like, some places you park, probably not the best idea for anybody to see anything of any value in your car. So I keep like, some blankets and like a sleeping bag and shit, and a little 8-inch deep fucking storage space that just has some plywood over it with some carpeting, so it looks like the bottom of the station wagon.
Right.
Wouldn't be such a bad idea to fucking put in there. As long as it's cut right, it'll look like it's just the floor of the fucking cargo area. Nobody will be the wiser. I'm not like trying to hide anything. Like, I'm sure you open it, people will see, but it's just like it'll organize everything in a way that makes it not as visible from walking by.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was threatening.
Then you got something to cook with your French cuisine, man.
Yeah, dude, I was threatening my son with that yesterday because I was like, I'm gonna do like Carl in the fucking not in the show, The Walking Dead, but in the comics. I'm gonna cut your arm off right there. Yeah. But for some reason he did not believe me.
Yeah.
Although I was poking him with it. I was like with the very tip of it there is like kind of pointy. I was like poking with him. It's like that doesn't hurt. So I poked him with like just a little bit of force, dude. It's weird. Like just kind of resting it against it doesn't really hurt, but like you poke it with just a little bit of force. Because it's at one tiny little point. All the force is on that one little point. I'm like, here, try this. Boop. Like, ow, fuck, what are you doing? All right, he's my son. He didn't say fuck, but he was probably thinking it pretty hard.
Oh, man. Although I think in that particular case, it'd probably be like a reasonable response. Like, fuck, man, what's wrong with you? You're poking me with a machete. Come on.
I'd have to give him a pass on that one, I suppose.
I would say.
Yeah, I have to remind him of the Dewey Cox movie and how easy it is to cut someone in half with a machete. Got to be careful.
No.
Have you seen that movie? The one with the, it's a spoof of Johnny Cash, basically.
I have, but a long, long time ago. I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, well, the tragedy at the beginning is he accidentally cuts his brother in half.
With a fucking machete.
Yeah. Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of the nail gun sketch from Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh, right.
Mom and dad leave 3 kids hanging out, and the fucking kids are like, oh, let's play with a nail gun. It's obviously, all fully grown adults pretending to be kids for the sake of the comedy sketch.
Right.
But they're just like, nail gun. And then he starts shooting a nail gun around until one of them shoots himself in the head with a fucking nail gun.
Damn, dude.
And then, of course, the twist is then they use the Necronomicon to bring him back to life. And he starts going on and on about what hell was like. And so at the very
that show
end,
was pretty
Dad's
fucking
like,
twisted.
son, we need to talk. We need to talk. Like, why would you go to hell? Most people don't go to hell at your age.
Right. How did you earn your way to hell? You already earned your way into hell. What the hell is going on in your life?
Oh man, that is still. I'd still say Whitest Kids You Know is right up there with Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, actually, I missed a lot of that, but any of the stuff I've come across or that you've fucking put out, always seems really fucking funny, dude. Yeah, it seems like it was almost ahead of its time, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or behind. Either way, it was not the right time.
I'm so jealous of these people who get guns. Like in California, it's just not worth the trouble of getting a gun.
Right. You gotta be
too
really
many fucking ways to be illegal. It's like if I'm really careful about the knives that I order and put in my like fucking car because I don't want to get, I don't want to run the risk of it being considered like an illegal fucking concealed weapon or some crazy shit.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of restrictions on like what is it, like you can't have a knife blade over 2 inches or something like that.
It's if it's two-sided, and then there's like all sorts of weird rules about it's extremely. They basically made the laws so that they can basically consider any knife illegal if they want to.
Wow. So it's just too much like contradictory and vague shit.
Yeah, well, it's fucking California, man.
Fuck, that's twice.
Mad Metal says Trevor Moore had cancer, and I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything about it.
It sucks, but it's true, man. Goddamn.
I hope not. I mean, he's not a big enough celebrity that would necessarily be in like every fucking place on Google. So hopefully not. But yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking. At least we have weed in California. That's true.
It helps a little. Helps offset all the other craziness. Although we have it here too, so fuck you.
Is yours medical or is yours recreational?
Yeah, it is still medical, but it's still
we got recreational in California.
Yeah, we'll be there, dude. The medical is pretty much it's as easy to get as as it was in California. You know what I mean? So it's not a hard thing.
Dude, I went in there with a fucking diagnosis of like anxiety and tinnitus and fucking joint pain or back pain. So like they were like, yeah, we'll give you the 12-month prescription, no problem. Because they either give you like 6 months or 12 months. And so like they were just like, yeah, you get the 12-month, no questions asked.
You're really screwed up, sir. Congratulations.
It was really funny though, because like they'll blatantly lie, like the fucking doctors will when they're giving it to you. And so, fucking, I go in there and they're like, "Oh yeah, so what you're gonna see here is your tinnitus is just gonna go away when you smoke it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's not how it works. It's louder, but you can tolerate it better because you just don't care as much because you're high."
It's fucking amazing.
Like, let's not be fucking dishonest, man. I just wanted to make sure he didn't tell that to fucking somebody else with tinnitus that maybe hadn't tried it yet to see how it would work.
Right.
And so
that was like expecting it.
Comes, smokes the weed, and then it's like fucking twice as loud, and they're like, "Oh, fuck me."
That fucking doctor. Fuck that guy.
No. Yeah, I think if I was going to move to another state, it'd probably be to Oregon. I mean, obviously Portland is shit, but the rest of the state's not bad.
Yeah.
Their gun laws are way better. Plus they have weed, so can't complain. I think it's only medical in Oregon. I think it's only like Colorado, California, and like Alaska have weed.
Yeah, Mad Metal. Arizona's a good compromise, dude. You know, we're really liberal or really permissive on the guns, the knives. You can easily get the fucking green card for the marijuana, and not all the fucking progressive bullshit like California. Yeah, it's pretty decent. And the beach, you know, the beach is only about 4 hours away, 4 or 5 hours away. You know.
All right, so let's see. Colorado, Nevada, California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, Massachusetts, Maine, and Washington, D.C., according to the map I'm looking from 2017, have voted in. You can use weed as far as you want, like if you're an adult. Like, that's all it is. You know, it's all recreational.
So it's not okay, so it doesn't need the medical anymore?
Yeah.
That's a lot more states than I thought. Huh. That's awesome.
It's like 16 or 17 other states are medical. And
I'm so amazed at how many God damn it. Fucking. That's like the third time the fucking headset's popped out of my ears in the last 10 minutes. Fucking,
and then 15...
I'm amazed that Trump is sticking with Sessions on his fucking weird anti-pot bullshit, dude.
Yeah, well, and then 15 allow limited use of CBD oil, low THC for like things like Texas, like the for epilepsy and stuff like that. And it looks like it's only completely illegal in West Virginia, Indiana, Wisconsin, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Idaho. It's the only places where it's 100% illegal, no exceptions.
Yeah, it's still. So the whole war on drugs overall is still pretty fucking ridiculous.
I don't think cannabis is going to be on the prohibited list for very much longer, to be honest.
Yeah.
They'll probably make it through like Trump's.
Go ahead.
I was going to say they'll probably make it through like Trump's terms, like through because he's probably going to get like 8th or something like that.
Yeah, I hope he gets rid of Sessions, dude, because I don't understand how you can be, in this day and age, you can be that gung-ho against fucking pot, dude. You know, it's really fucking weird. Yeah, especially with Trump being a populist. Like, there's more than half of the country now. That's, you know, well over half. Like, it's not close anymore. Well over half of the country is okay with weed being legal now. Yeah, Sessions is a fucking a puritanical fucking freak, it seems like, dude.
Yeah, he needs. Well, I think. What was it? Ben Shapiro and what's that other guy? Steven Crowder were chatting about the Roy Moore thing, and I think they made a fair point if they when they said it would have been politically, it would have been the best move to put Sessions in to run in place of Roy Moore. Like if Roy Moore had dropped out, Sessions could have run in his place and been a great senator for that state.
Right.
But he's not a very good, attorney general, and it's really just not the place for him.
Yeah, I can see that. Too late now, but yeah, you're right. That sounds like a great idea.
Yep.
Oh, man.
What do you mean ratifying the 10th? I'm curious, Psycho, because as far as I know, the 10th Amendment has already been ratified. I mean, it's an amendment.
Wait, what is the 10th? What is the 10th Amendment?
Whatever's not specifically given to the government, federal government through the Constitution is reserved as a right of the people or a right of the states.
Oh, okay.
So if it's not specifically in the Constitution.
Then the states or localities have the right to say whatever they want to. Okay.
Which is why there's a huge difference between sanctuary cities and legalized weed, even though a lot of people compare the two. The right to prohibit substances of any kind is not given to the federal government by the Constitution. Technically speaking, all federal drug laws are illegal, including things like the FDA. So if it does go and end up in court, it's a fairly good chance that a lot of laws will just go away. Obviously, states have their own laws, so it's not like we're going to, everything's legal until the states figure it out. That's not how it works. But it would be a real weird situation if it happened. Whereas the right to protect and define borders is a federal issue, not a state. Like it is, they get to decide. Like that is written into the Constitution, so that's not really something that's debatable. Oh, I mean, obviously, but it's still it's not legally speaking. It's decided on.
Yeah, it's not. Constitutionally speaking, it is not. Or shouldn't be. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird.
I'd really like to see Sessions go. How did that happen?
What? I didn't hear what you said.
I just want to see Sessions go there. How it happens. I want to see.
No, I was just. It's curious how many federal judges are preventing DACA from being shut down. Even though Trump has moved to end it like multiple times, and it's entirely his right to do so. It was an illegal.
Yeah, they're overstepping their authority. Yeah, they're overstepping their authority and are essentially legislating instead of interpreting the law.
Yeah, it's really weird how that keeps going. It's like that really that's disturbing to me.
Yeah. There needs to be something in place, and I assume there probably is, but it's maybe just not.
Well, it is the Supreme Court.
There needs to be some way to fucking hold them accountable.
Oh yeah, some way to like at a certain point, if you've made how many times have you been overturned by the Supreme Court? All right, well you're out of a job because you clearly don't know what you're doing.
Right, you're obviously not interpreting the law. You're obviously going against the. What your job description is.
Yeah, you're basing things on politics and not on the law, and that's not okay. Like that's not what you're there for. You're actually there specifically to avoid that.
Yeah.
So you have people who aren't basing things on political means and are basing them on what is and isn't legal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fucking disgusting, man.
Yay. Well, it sounds like we're petering out, man. I think let's call it a day.
Yeah, I was going to say. Before it gets really I think we're starting to drag.
We're starting to drag.
Oh, it got really
Thanks,
bad.
everybody, for coming in. We're going to start a little early on Sunday night. I think normally we start at 10:30 p.m., and I believe we're going to start at 9 p.m. This Sunday.
Yeah, those are Pacific time. Pacific time, for those of you not in Pacific time. Yeah, we're going to start at 9 Pacific, 6. I went the wrong way with that. It's still going to be midnight on the East Coast, but it's still earlier than fucking 1:30 in the morning on the East Coast. So,
we're starting at a rational time.
Yeah, because I think we both agreed that it really fucks up our Mondays when we're staying up till fucking 3 in the morning and then trying to get some sleep. But anyways. Thanks for sticking around, fuckers. Appreciate it as always, and hopefully you tune in on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.